Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introductions. You already know what you getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gamer credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up everyone? What's up PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it, I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama, they keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? Jay Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up PlayStation Podcast, episode 82 to be exact. Yes, man, yes, it's another Saturday morning, and it is always a pleasure to see the beautiful faces in the chat. Yes, that is you, the PlayStation Nation. We appreciate all the support you guys have been showing us when it comes to What's Up PlayStation Podcast. Trust me, guys, we appreciate it. But like, you know, every Saturday we come in here and we see all the familiar faces in the chat. It's always a good feeling to see you guys, because you guys really rock out and, you know, rock with us. But yeah, thank you. And for those people that are new to What's Up PlayStation Podcast, we are a PlayStation centric podcast where we talk about the latest. And I mean the greatest, the good, the bad, the ugly news of PlayStation throughout the week. I am one of your hosts, Jay Bari, and I got the best list on YouTube. Listen, and I mean I got the best list on YouTube. I might have some rivals. I might have some close competing people next to me. But trust me when I tell you this, guys, I'm the best. But the What's Up PlayStation Podcast is a two-man crew. I am one of the hosts. But I have the second host across the water, across the bridge. The man that's trekking to Yomi. The card god. The king of queens. Gaming with Persona. Yo, Persona, what is good, my G?
I'm a PlayStation fan too.
It's my opinion.
What is good, YouTube? What is good, PlayStation Nation? It is your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and one half of the What's Up PlayStation Podcast crew. And man, oh man, I look forward to the Saturday morning podcast with my bro Bari. We are on episode 82. It's good to see everybody's beautiful faces or beautiful avatars in the chat, right? And we got a really good show for you guys today, man. A really amazing guest as well. And yo, man, I'm glad to be here, man, with my bro Bari. I'm hyped because it's new. I gotta get some stuff off my chest. I gotta speak from the heart.
Yes, sir.
I gotta speak from the heart today, okay?
As you should.
I'm speaking from the heart today, Bari. I'm speaking from the heart today because listen. PlayStation needs to focus on. I'm sorry. Let me pull back. Right, we get a little ahead of myself. Listen, I am speaking from the heart. You are gonna hear me today. But listen, man, I'm glad to be here, man. And I wouldn't want to do this podcast with nobody else but my bro Bari, man. So shout out to Bari, shout out to the panel, shout out to the chat, and we appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man, it's always a pleasure. You know the vibes already, man. But your persona, I think we have a special guest today, man.
A very special guest, man.
we have a legend in here, Persona. And for those people that are members of the channel, I need you to start posting those, platinum trophies as we introduce our special guests, because we giving them platinum trophies like Naughty Dog, like Insomniac. We giving this man a lot of platinum trophies today.
Absolutely. We
have a legend in the building, guys. It only took us a year and a half to get him on here.
Exactly.
But we have.
Hey, yo, we go way back too.
Yes, sir.
Yo, we go way back, man. Especially me and this guest. Man, go ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead, Bari.
Listen,
my fault.
We both introducing the guest. You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We both
absolutely.
Do it. But this is a great person within the community. I look at him as a friend as well in this community, man.
Absolutely.
The S tier of S tiers, matter of fact, SSS plus tier of gaming trolls in the building.
Absolutely.
One of the founding.
When somebody can make you angry with their words, it's God level. It's God tier.
Absolutely.
Like there is no comparison.
One of the founding members. A lot of people don't know this. But if you don't know this, it's shame on you. Of the Pegasus Nation.
Yes, sir.
Huh?
Yeah.
We have the legend, Kratos, aka J-Dub City. Yo, J-Dub, what is good, bro?
Yo, what is good, everybody? What is good? Yeah, man, y'all know what time it is. Happy, beautiful Saturday morning. I'm with the crew. I'm with my family. Listen, man, this is a great send-off, and I appreciate you guys for inviting me on. Y'all know I'm retiring in these streets. I got my PS5. I can, I can die a happy man now. So I'm gonna just ride into the sunset, you know what I'm saying, and do my thing and play my games. That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But let's get it.
Yo, Jay,
it's crazy. Quick story, bro. Oh, go ahead, Bari. My fault.
Nah, go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say quick story, man. So I've actually met J-Dub in real life. We met at PlayStation Experience 2017. I think.
Facts.
Yeah. And yo, he really a cool dude, man. Like a cool, genuine dude. And even prior to that, we know J-Dub from like the groups and everything. A really great dude, man. And he does a lot of great things for the community. And like, yo, this is really I mean this. I would be saying this even if he wasn't here. It really is a good dude, and I'm very happy to have him here on the show. I can't wait to hear his thoughts when it comes to this game and stuff. So, shout out to J-Dub, man.
Yeah, absolutely. J-Dub is like one of the best, the master of trolls. But at the end of the day, it leans back into gaming. The man plays games on multiple platforms. He loves his PlayStation bangers and goatees. And he always been an upstanding and cool guy from the day that I met him. And it's a pleasure to finally get him on here on What's Up PlayStation podcast. It's going to be an interesting double weekend, because this weekend we have J-Dub, and then next weekend we're going to have King Thrash. So make sure y'all gear up. You know what I mean? Gear up, because this show right here, strap in, go. We're going to take you for a ride. But yo, J-Dub, there's a question, because you brought up something. You said that you were retiring. So what's the reason on why you are retiring, or what are you retiring from?
I'm retiring. I'm hanging up my hat, man, from podcasting. Actually,
I feel you.
For the last, I've been on Twitter forever, man, and I never really kind of cared for having a channel or marketing anything or doing anything. And I thought, uh, for the last year, hey, let me give this a run. Let me, give it more time than I've been giving it, and did really well. Um, have I think a couple of thousand subscribers, ton of people tuned in and stuff. But as you know, Bari and Persona, I've been kind of featured on a lot of people's podcasts. I never really just kind of said this is here, so I'm kind of just featured everywhere. Only because I didn't want to commit to being able to be one place or here and there. And so, I did the whole thing last year, and this year's just kind of a new year, man. I'm feeling a new vibe. I just want to, sit back, kind of retire, stay low key, play my games, do my troll stuff on Twitter, and just kind of enjoy a game. It's a lot of gaming, man. To just kind of, for me, to kind of just be, spread all over the place like I used to be. And so I just kind of found my little vibe zone, as you call it, just my little vibe zone, and I've been enjoying it. I didn't think I would, but I really just enjoy and I put my profile offline and I just sit back, listen to my music, play my games, chill out and stuff like that. And so I really think, I'll be honest, I think Gran Turismo 7 did it, man. I think when that game came out, um, I knew it was going to just cost me a lot of time, and I just wanted to get into it. And I did the same thing with GT Sport and all my other racers and stuff. So I'm still in my, racing tournaments. I still do everything else. It's just I won't have, the time to do the podcast and thing like I used to. But it's all good. I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be in your chats. I'm still going to be on Twitter. I'm still going to be here. It's just, I just don't have that time to dedicate it to, kind of being here and there and there and here.
So you're not gonna do anything as far as your own YouTube channel. You're just gonna ride the sunset.
Nah,
to the sunset.
I'm just gonna kind of ride the sunset, man. Every now and then, I may decide to pre-record some stuff and put out there. Only if it's something like, for example, I became, I came in here being Kratos, right? And then after God of War won its Goldie, I kind of rode into the sunset, became J-Dub until we get that God of War release date, and once it's ready, then Kratos is coming back out. I'm pulling back out my chains, and that's kind of gonna,
Yo, that's why I referenced the whole Kratos, because people forgot, like, when you came in, you was Kratos. You know what I mean?
Listen, and the story behind me becoming Kratos is when they came out with God of War 2018, when they showed that first that first trailer, when Kratos came out of the shadow, when you heard the voice,
boy,
and then he came out the shadows, that was it. I knew I was Kratos. That's what it is. That's what my moniker was going to be. That's what everything was going to be. And I was Kratos for that period. And I called it that day. I said, whenever this game release, it's going to be game of the year. Yep. I called it. I said it on multiple podcasts. I screamed it from the top of rooftops. And sure enough, it won Goldie. I went crazy. And I got my just due. I got my props for that. And I retired it until Ragnorok come out. It's gonna win Goldie. And so that's kind of what's that gonna be,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. But yo, once again, it's a pleasure having you here, man. Sorry it took so long to get you on here.
No, thank you guys. Yeah, thank you guys, man. Hey, listen, I want to say one thing, man. I've seen you guys progress over the years, man. You guys are the number one PlayStation channel out there for news, reviews, and information. And I'm gonna put that out there. It is what it is. I don't care whoever get mad. But yeah, there's a million other podcasts out there. But the definitive PlayStation podcast for accurate news, not the fake news, not the trumped up news, not the Cyberpunk 2077 news, the real news. This is where we at.
Yo, man, thank you. That means a lot to us, honestly, man. And as long as we can make the community proud, that's what keeps us going, man. We're very happy about that.
Yeah, man, we appreciate that. I mean, you put a spotlight on us, but we appreciate it.
Listen, I'm just saying, listen. I knew, what I'm saying, I kind of stayed low key on this. Behind the scenes, I kind of gave you guys your props. But I knew you guys had reached the mountaintops on where you needed to be when y'all had the OG man himself, Sean Layton, on here, and nobody else could get that done. Y'all two got it done, and it's crazy because that shit started back in Persona, back at PSX, just starting the wheels, right? Just starting the wheels, fellowshipping and talking to these people and stuff like that. That started the ball rolling with y'all, kind of moving forward to where y'all are today, man. So
that's what I'm saying, man.
keep doing your thing, man.
And not to be like, I'm very humble, right? But that's the funny thing too, because it's like with a lot of these old execs, like Andrew House and Scott Road and Shu and all that. I mean, we've met and talked to these people in real life, like at PSX's. I've been going to PSX since the very beginning, and being able to meet them and actually like shake their hand and talk to them and all this other stuff. That stuff that's what really inspired me to be like, damn, like I would want to be in the industry or want to be a part of the media and talk news and stuff like that. A lot of that attributed to that. So it's just great. It's just great, I think, for me and Bari. It's really great to just see a lot of people rock out with us and support us and just continue to rock with us and hear us every Saturday, man.
Yo, you never know. You never know. Sean Lady might pop up in the chat, man. You never know, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always.
I'm pretty sure he know I'm here, so he's somewhere lurking around.
Absolutely.
Listen. One thing I can say.
And Jim Ryan be watching too.
Listen, one thing I can say. Persona knows, yo. I really believe in my hearts of heart that PlayStation representatives watch this show, because it's very coincidental that a lot of things we mention in here, like how they market or how they address things in their articles and tweets, they kind of it's like they respond. Yeah, it's like coming to light that they're responding to a lot of the stuff. And hopefully, they listen to some of the stuff we're gonna say in this show, because we got some things to get off our chest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
well,
sir.
I'll say this one thing, Bari, just to follow up with what you said. Here's the thing, and the reason I think those guys do listen to you guys is because you guys are not only critical, but you are vocal. You tell them what you'd like to see from your platform and your ecosystem of choice. You're not just yay, Jim Ryan and Herman Hulse, get it, like whatever thing they throw out there. You guys are not with it all the time. You see what I'm saying? If it's great, it's great. If it's not, you're gonna give them a piece of your mind. And I think that in itself is more valuable to them than anything. There's a lot of these executives out here. There's a lot of fan service where, I mean, they just can't do any wrong. They can just not give you games for years, and they still get paraded, right? And I ain't saying no names. I ain't being messy, but that I mean, y'all keep it real, and that's what those guys like. This is why you get the big fish. This is why you get to communicate with these guys behind the scenes, and they watch your show and stuff like that. They get great, accurate feedback, and sometimes criticism is your best motivation, and that's what they need to hear. They don't need to hear Jim Ryan and Herman Hulse are doing everything right. No, they need to hear stuff that they do right, but also stuff that they could do better in, and that's what they need to hear.
Absolutely.
I agree, man. This one, real quick, and then we'll move on, Barry. It's the whole something I talked about in my personal show a long time ago was a fan versus enabler, right? A fan is someone that can speak on the W's and the L's or be critical, right? An enabler is someone that's just always going to be like, yeah, girl, that dress look good on you. Yeah, those shoes look great. Yeah, that hairstyle look great. Enabling, and just being a yes man and not able to really be honest and up front. And we get where we are now in the industry.
I don't understand how some people can go years and years and years without any brand new AAA IP, but hey, that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yo, guys, so we appreciate it once again, J-Dub coming through, man. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the intro. If you guys are enjoying the show so far, man, hit that like button, share the stream out. Let's get the PlayStation Nation in here. But we got to get the show.
Also, real quick before, I just want to say big shout out to Gianna Don.
Okay,
he did just become a member of the channel, WUPS Nation.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the WUPS Nation is growing, guys. I'm just saying, if you want to be a member, hit that join button. All right, Barry, go ahead, my fault.
Nah, for real, man. Appreciate you, Gian, for coming through and join the WUPS Nation. Yo, throw them emotes in the chat, man. You know what I mean? The special emotes. Shout out to Oblivious, creating those emotes for us, man. Oblivious is a cool guy. and we appreciate him, man. But let's get this rigmarole going, man. Let's get this show moving. Let's kick this pig, where we gotta let the PlayStation Nation know the games for the week. We gotta let the PlayStation Nation know all the games that Persona have bought and will be reviewing.
I ain't buy no games this week. I mean, well, I did. I'm lying.
Yo, so these are the new games for PlayStation 5 and 4 throughout the week of May 2nd and May 8th. So let's get to it and let's see what PlayStation Store have for us this week. So the first game we have here is Car Mechanic Simulator for the PS5. I know a lot of these simulation games are coming out, and people are enjoying them from what I'm hearing. You know what I mean?
They really buying.
They're really good.
Man. It's crazy.
They're really good.
I'm tempted.
Oh, you're a fan of the simulation?
I wasn't, but obviously I'm a big car fan. I'm a big car guy. So, but my son purchased it, and he had me to go in this room and take a look, and we were literally building the engine together. He was getting some recommendations from me and stuff like that. It was just kind of shocking because I would have thought that I would have been into it, but clearly that is something that I'm interested in now. So yeah.
Yo, also
never knock it.
Also, we always got a special shout out to my man Viper Reap in the building as well. Shout out to Viper Reap, man. He does the timestamps, with the creative titles and all that stuff, man. So big shout out to Viper Reap, man. Always appreciate the work that he does here for What's Up PlayStation podcast. I feel like Viper is like a staff or something.
Yeah, you're like staff, man. I appreciate him, man. He's the best, man. Shout out to Viper.
That's Viper, man. So make sure you check them DMs really soon as well.
Always.
But the next game we have here is Adios Amigos Galactic Explorers for the PlayStation 4. Then we got Picto Quest for the PlayStation 4. Then we got Slap the Rocks for the PlayStation 5 and I guess 4 that missed it out. Persona, can you give a brief review of Slap the Rocks?
It's a pretty cool game, man. Slapping rocks and whatnot. It was pretty.
So what's the concept of the game? Like, what do you do?
So you wake up as a rock. You got to slap yourself. Progress.
I'm interested. Thank you for
selling. I
selling.
don't know what that is. What?
Oh man,
sounds interesting. Don't slap the rock. That sounds pretty interesting.
Yo, then we got Wildcat Gun Machine for the PlayStation 5 and 4.
So this game here is actually one that I am interested in. That I might be picking up. I seen PlayStation had posted up a trailer for this earlier during the week, and I was looking at it. It's like a bullet hell type of game, and I was like, "Yo, I'm kind of feeling this, right?" It was pretty cool, but Trek the Yomi, you feel me? I was like, you know what, Trek the Yomi's gonna take my time, so let one game at a time.
Yes, sir. Then we have here Rift Tracks, the game for the PlayStation 5 and 4. Then the game that Persona just shouted out, Trek to Yomi for the PlayStation 5 and 4. As we scroll on down here, we have here ACA Neo Geo Samurai Showdown 5 for the PlayStation 4. So they're releasing Samurai Showdown 5 again. Okay. Then we have Arcade Archives Fighting Hawk for the PlayStation 4. Then Galigi Shooter for the PlayStation 4. Then we have Grand Prix Rock and Racing for the PlayStation 5. J-Dub, you want to give us your review for that game, sir?
I'd rather not say yet. I'd rather not say yet. Yeah, I'd rather not.
You're on the NDAs. You're on the NDAs. I got you.
Yeah, I'm on the NDA.
I got you. It's all
I don't want to get myself in no trouble.
Yes, sir. Then we have Pizza Run. They are back with the run games, man. Every food they have a run for: burger, tacos, shrimp. Now we have pizza for the
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, Bar. If they got a jerk chicken run, I might buy it.
Hey yo, a jerk chicken run. Listen, I don't know who the developers are. If you create that, we buying that and we're reviewing it, and we're gonna do giveaways.
Absolutely, a jerk chicken run. I'm buying it hands down.
Yo, that's a fact, yo. Then we have Project Starship for the PlayStation 5. Then Tanks versus Tanks for the PlayStation 5. Then
did this game release on PS4? Like at the beginning of PS4's generation?
Is it like the Bomberman-esque but tank game? It looked like Bomberman like camera view.
I don't know if it's Bomberman. Nah, I don't think it's Bomberman camera view, but I do know it's like a tank versus game, obviously, where it's like teams of tanks. Because I know they got planes. They got planes in it too, and all this other crazy stuff. It's like a war. It's like a war type of game.
I have to look
I
into
remember that game from PS4. Yeah.
Then we have the Jakuz for the PlayStation 4 and Ultra Mission for the PlayStation 5. And yes, guys, these are the games that came out for PlayStation 5 and 4 throughout the week. You know, let us know what games you guys bought here in the chat, man. Maybe you guys got a hidden gem. I don't know. No,
shout out to Mondo. He corrected me. So that was World of Tanks that I'm thinking about. That's
yeah. Yeah, I played that a little bit where they had the 4K textures on Xbox or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, those are the games of the week, guys. Let us know if you guys are interested in any of those games. J-Dubs, he said he would do his review on Twitter in like 2 weeks when it comes to the racing game.
Yeah.
But yo, J-Dub, we got a little segment on the show, man, where we highlight a specific game or games for the PlayStation Nation. You know, kind of like a recommendation, like, yo, this is a game that you should play. And we call it the Spotlight game for the week. You know what I mean? So you know, you're the special guest this week, man. So we want to know, what game would you like to spotlight, or games, because as my man Persona would say, are you gonna break the rules? Rules for the PlayStation Nation, man. So, do you have a game or any games you want to recommend?
Yeah, I got a couple of games, man. Shout out to Gran Turismo 7, man, the godfather, the OG of racing games, for being top class, top tier, next generation experience, ray tracing and all that stuff. Woo! Listen. Forget the lies that you probably heard from all the detractors. They some haters. Just boot this game up one time, give it 10 minutes of your time, and you're gonna understand why this game collectively has probably sold over 100 million copies right now. And it is Sony's #1 highest selling franchise. It is their flagship franchise, by the way. Second, I do want to highlight something that I've been playing for the last few weeks. Is MLB The Show 22. Give that a try.
J-Dub breaking the rules.
I'm telling you, give it a try. It is definitely top tier, top class, greatly improved in the graphics, frame rates, and everything from last year. So definitely pick that up, man. Definitely pick that up. And there's this other game that's absolutely free that I've been playing. It's the vampire game.
Oh, Blood Hunt.
The Blood Hunt.
Yeah, Blood Hunt. Give that a try. Just trust me. I thought it was like, you know, before I booted it up. When I booted it up, I got into it and played it with some friends. We had a great time. Go ahead and catch that, man. PlayStation 5. Go ahead, get that. Even if you got to play, you know, like, listen, there's just a lot of games out here. Yeah. There's a lot of games out here. Just give these games a try. Don't listen to somebody on Twitter or one of the cyberpunk chair guys. Like, try these games. Try these games.
Absolutely, man. Yo, Blood Hunt is definitely something.
And by the way, I gotta mention this. By the way, I just decided to boot up SIFU again. I'm gonna go ahead and go for that platinum.
Hey, I respect it.
Hey, Persona, you know I had to mess with you on it.
Yes, sir. Hey, listen, I hear you, brother. I hear you, man. Listen, you gotta do it. You gotta do it, man.
I told him I'm gonna make sure I stream it so y'all can see me hit that extra easy button.
A man gotta do what a man gotta do. Yo,
Absolutely.
Listen, we're gonna talk about SIFU later on as well, man, because you know the update was a part of this week. But yeah, we trust me, we're gonna come back to it, Jada. We're gonna have some fun with it. Especially because of Persona.
I said I was gonna have to mess with Persona all week about that.
Yes, sir. That man, I'm with it. Man is the question axer out here. You know what I mean?
I just ask questions.
I love it.
Yo, but that's what's up though, J-Dub, man. With Spotlight games for the week, breaking the rules and all that stuff. But Persona!
Yes, sir.
Can you keep it so NY?
Absolutely.
Can you keep it so NY like them boys that made PlayStation?
Absolutely. Yo, what's good, guys?
You already know!
I knew
You
Yo,
got a
that's
spot.
a throw. That's a throwback intro, man. That's a
Yes,
throwback
sir.
from way during the
They're
council
not
days.
ready. They're not ready for that. They're not ready
Oh
for that.
man,
But nah, give us
that's
your spotlight games,
2014.
Persona, man. And
Yes, sir.
are you gonna break the rules?
I'm gonna break the rules today, Barry, because it's 2 games, man, and lo and behold, both of them are indies.
Woo!
Listen, the indies that PlayStation have been aligning themselves with have really been hits. Like, have really been like top tier, high quality. Again, we're looking at Kana, right? So my spotlights for this week is SIFU actually as well. SIFU is such a great game, guys. Like, I really
Yes.
mean, especially with now that you can choose between easy, normal, and hard. I really want you guys to support this game and pick this game up and really play this game. And I'm telling you guys, this is a high quality experience. Shout out to the developers over at Slow Clap. They really outdid themselves, in my opinion, with this game, right? Because it builds on top of the Absolver combat system. If you ever played Absolver back on PlayStation 4, it just builds on top of that. The story is cool, the combat, the skills, the challenge, the music, the environment, just everything about this game is just so good to me, man. So like, I really want you guys to really go out and support this game. So please go out and pick up SIFU, play it. I've been playing it on master difficulty, which I'm gonna be honest, guys. That master difficulty, I went into it thinking, yo, man, listen, I'm a SIFU master. I was able to beat it, get to the end at by 25 before they did the patch. So I'm thinking, all right, man, that master ain't gonna be nothing. I'm good, whatever. Hey, man, I streamed it earlier this week. I got humbled.
You found out
very quickly. I got humbled. I was like, oh, I ain't shit.
Man.
Because I was flowing through the level real easy. Like, they still doing what they do. Then I get to that botanist boss fight. Man, he washed me. I couldn't even beat him the first time.
Hey, yo, Persona.
Like, all right.
Persona, I want to give you a trophy, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you 2.
Yeah, okay.
Because you know me, right?
Yes, sir.
And I know you.
Yes, sir.
You know
Yes,
me
sir.
more than I know you, but I know you more than you know me.
Absolutely.
And I know you very well.
Yes,
And
sir.
you were very upset in that stream, but you played it off really, really well. And I just see the growth in my man Persona, because the Persona, the old Persona, he'd probably rage quit that stream.
Hey, yo, real talk. That's definitely growth, bro. Because I'm sitting here like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like,
in the comments, oh, I know
yeah,
this boy
yo,
was
listen,
tight.
listen, bro. 'Cause I'm like, yo, the sweeps. I'm like, bro, he's so much faster, and I'm just like, all right, yo, he's sweeping more, and my mind is not really like my muscle memory with SIFU is not really like with the sweeps because only certain characters do that. So I'm just like, oh shit, I gotta readjust. But second, third time around, I adjusted, and we got out of there. You feel me? But SIFU is such a great experience, right? Especially on Master, I love it, even though it's really difficult. Then Trek to Yomi. Listen, guys. Trek to Yomi. Devolver and the people over there that created this game, man. This game is amazing, man. It really is great. The Kurosawa mode with the black and white and whatnot. This game is really, really dope. It has a really good ambiance as well, where it really captures that feudal Japan era very well, especially with the Kurosawa. And then with the war and death and despair that they try to convey through the gameplay and through the environment, it captures that very, very well. Like you feel that sense of danger, you feel the war, you feel that passion and whatnot, especially since it's all spoken in Japanese. And I think the Kurosawa mode actually adds a little bit of a higher
As that
sense
film
of
experience with it. Like
that
presentation.
filmic the presentation, it ups the presentation for me, in my opinion. The combat, it's a bit of a side, it is a side scroller like combat style. I love the combat, man. It's very, you got to be very methodical, right? You can't mash. You mash in this game, you're gonna get washed because there is a stamina bar. So think Souls, like, when it comes to the stamina bar and have to dive into micromanage that. You can't just mash. You really do gonna have to get your blocking right, get your dodge rolling right, because you got the invol frames when you dodge roll. Get your parry. Parry is parry is the most powerful tool you have in this game, especially when you're surrounded. Parry and then going into a finisher. So you do a parry and you do square, triangle, then R1 for finisher. You regain life, you're invincible, so you can kind of get through and you wash them super quick. But parry is very, very important in this game, so I would suggest definitely getting the parry timing right. It may be a little tricky at first, especially when you're playing with Hiroki as a kid, but as you play through more and whatnot, you'll get it. You're traveling through the world again. Like I said, it's really cool because they have a lot of cool hidden spots and whatnot where you can kind of get stamina upgrades, life upgrades, collectibles, right? Speak with certain villagers and whatnot, and they'll give you new moves and give you new equipment and stuff like that, like the kunai and the bow and arrow and whatnot, right? I like it. I do like the story so far. I'm in chapter 3. I'm at the boss of chapter 3 actually, and the gameplay is really fun, really cool. And I'm really enjoying this. So I do think Trek to Yomi is definitely something that I feel you guys should pick up and play. And those are my spotlights.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with a lot of people in that. When it comes to my spotlight, Persona did a great job just letting you guys know about Trek to Yomi. I share the same sentiments. I'm kind of like baffled on how the game is being reviewed. I think a lot of people miss like the concept or what the initial goal of what the game will try to present to people. I guess everybody was going in thinking that it's going to be pressing buttons and playing like a SIFU kind of thing, even though SIFU you had to adapt and all that. This game, you can't match in this game. Like there was times where I was questioning myself, like, yo, why this combo is not working? And I was like, oh, you got to actually finish the frame. You know what I mean? So you gotta be precise with how you're pressing the button. But yeah, I agree 100% with Persona, man. So I'm not going to go too much in depth with that anymore. But the spotlight game I'm going to highlight is pretty much I'm going to do one game, Persona. I'm not breaking the rules this week. Yes,
no breaking the rules this week. Oh man,
I'm not breaking the rules this week. I'm on my best behavior. I'm on my best behavior this week. Where the only game I'm highlighting this week is Final Fantasy 16.
Ooh.
It's my opinion.
I'm feeling good. What?
Ooh,
huh?
All right.
Persona, I'm feeling good.
It looks like DLC.
I'm just saying.
J-Dub, I said I'm feeling good because the legacy of the crystals has shaped our history for long enough.
Yes, sir.
And we've been waiting for some goddamn news and some trailer long enough. But we shall be speaking about Final Fantasy 16 later on in the show. I just wanted to highlight it. Let's give you a little teaser. I just want to tease you guys a little bit. You know what I mean? But
round of applause.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Yeah, I didn't break the rules this week, guys. I didn't break the rules. Persona told me, he said Jay Bari. That's what he said. He called me Jay Bari, in the DMs. He's like, Jay Bari, don't break the rules this week. If you break the rules, I'm going to break you. And I was like, whoa! Oh
man.
I didn't know what to say.
Be a bully.
But who's breaking the rules this week is PlayStation Now. Let's get into the news, guys. Matter of fact, we got some super chats for some before we get into this news.
Yeah. Let me I get the super chats. So Viper Man, appreciate you for the super chat. It says you slapped Chris Rock. Wow. Talking about the Slap Rocks game.
Oh, gotcha.
And then shout out to Mooch, man. Appreciate you for the super chat. He says,
Mooch!
Shout out to Jay Bari and Persona for putting on one of the best gaming podcasts. Also, what's up to J-Dub? Great guest this morning, respecting NY gamers. Also, Persona, give Blood Hunt another try. Absolutely not. That Blood Hunt is ass.
Yo, Mooch love his battle royale, man. Like I think Blood Hunt got a lot of great concepts in this. I'm gonna give it another go. Mooch says give it another go. I'm gonna give it another go, but we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see after Trek to Yomi.
Yeah, yo, you focus on that for sure. But yeah, let's get into the news, man, because PlayStation announced PlayStation Now games for May, which is pretty much the final month of the service being called PlayStation Now. So if you guys didn't subscribe to PlayStation Now from like last year or early this year when they cut that thing off, you probably won't see this on your PlayStation 5 or 4 or whatnot. So let's get into the new games that they have here, where they're going to be offering Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja 4, which is a game that we actually hosted as a tournament. One of our first games we hosted as a tournament when it comes to the online arcade. Shout out to the official and only champion of Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja 4 Frozen Magma. You know what I mean? He's the official champion of that game. But yeah, this game is a pretty good game. Pretty cool game. If you guys enjoy Naruto, I think you will enjoy the game as well. Then the next game that we have on here is Soul Calibur 6. We got 2 fighting games on PSNow being given away. And you know, I'm a big fan of Soul Calibur 6. This is actually my first ever Soul Calibur game that I actually purchased with my own money. So now I was very new to the Soul Calibur series, but you know, I think I became pretty good at the game. You know what I mean? Watching people over that grow. You feel me? And then the next game we have here is Blasphemous. I don't know what this game is. An action platformer. And yeah, these are the last final games that will be entering PlayStation Now, but they'll be I guess, you know, converted or transferred over to you know, PlayStation Plus Premium or the Essential tier. So they're saying here changes with their PlayStation Now membership for next month. PlayStation Now will be changing in June and merging with PlayStation Plus in an all-new PlayStation Plus membership service that provides more choice to customers across the 3 membership tiers with a variety of benefits and game libraries featuring hundreds of the recent and classic games. When the new PlayStation Plus launches, your PlayStation Now membership will roll into PlayStation Plus Premium, and you will continue to have access to PlayStation Now, including downloading and streaming access to a large library of new and classic games. Now, there's a reason why I read that specifically, because I know a lot of people get lost in the sauce when it comes to these articles, but I think this was a huge important thing to read out. But what's your thoughts on, you know, PlayStation Now and just the whole merging into the whole PlayStation Plus stuff? Start with my man J-Dub.
I'll be honest. I think it's a great idea. It's crazy because back at PlayStation Experience 2017, me and my man All Day, we met with some Sony executives and we kind of talked about this, and they said they had some ideas coming in the pipe work about that. But we was basically telling them, hey, why don't you merge this and merge that together and this and, you know, and all kind of stuff. And it's crazy because you look at it and it's so much time has passed and they're finally going to do it. But I think it's great. I mean, I would have liked them to add the video portion in there too, especially since, you know, we got the Crunchyroll and the, you know, pretty much the anime sold up. I would rather them to, you know, put some kind of package together where, okay, you got the games, you got the movies and the anime and all that stuff for a set fee. It's so much that Sony could do to enhance this. But I get it. This is probably just the first step. I mean, all they're really doing is just, you know, they're keeping the same, the pretty much the same name. They're just merging PlayStation Now with it, and they're going to give you some tiers. What games are going to be in those tiers as far as the old retro games, PlayStation 1,
That's the
2,
list
and
we
3
need.
games? I don't know, but we will see within a few weeks once it becomes June. So I'm excited about it. Clearly, the best thing about it is once we start measuring up those numbers, right? Those numbers instantly, PlayStation is going to have a double, triple, quadruple the numbers over Game Pass. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So you're saying PlayStation Plus is going to be the biggest and the best deal in gaming?
Instantly, day one.
Gotcha,
Day one.
gotcha.
Starting June, PlayStation is going to have the most number of streaming subs. How about that?
Gotcha. I got you. I mean,
Ain't nobody want to talk about that. Ain't nobody want to talk about that.
Listen, J-Dub, 1 + 1 is 2. You know what I mean? +1 is 3. Quick maths. You know what I mean?
Not if you're dealing with Twitter. With Twitter, if you're dealing with Twitter, 1 + 1 = fish. You feel me?
Yo, it don't equal a number, equal a animal, or what you call it? Like, yeah, animal.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, Persona, what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, so you know, when it comes to PlayStation Now, man, you know, I do think Naruto and Soul Calibur, those are both really great games, so those are good gets for PS Now. Blasphemous, I've never played this game before, so I don't really know too much about it, but that I again, it's there for people who want to play it and pick it
Action
up.
platform.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to the service and its consolidation and becoming one, again, this is something that has been in the works for a while. And the tiers, although I don't like the names too much, I feel like bronze, silver, gold would have been great, but especially to being synonymous with the PlayStation trophies. It is interesting to see. I am interested to see how this stuff will change the dynamics within the conversation, change the dynamic of the industry, but also see what PS1 through PS2 and PSP games they do have. We still don't have that list yet. So that's really what I want to see,
Yeah.
right? I'm hoping we get something like that this month, right? But I've already got PS Now and PS Plus already through 2025 or 2026. So I'm getting rolled, I'm grandfathered in, you feel me? So I'm premium day one. So it is what it is. You get what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I'm excited nonetheless to see how this service is going to look.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. Can't wait. Next month we're gonna see. Like I said, this month, hopefully, yeah, we do get that list. That would be cool. That would be a nice, topic to talk about as well. On WUPS or, individual channels. We'll see. I just hope they nail some of the PS1 and PS2 games. You know what I mean? And they're saying PSP. I just want them to really nail one game specifically, but hopefully they nail.
What is that?
Crisis Core.
Crisis Core for sure. I miss playing that game.
I want Crisis Core.
I only played Crisis Core. I completed Crisis Core twice in my lifetime, so I would definitely love to just complete that game again. Hopefully they have like some trophies, because there's some stuff in that game that's super hard. But if they add like trophies to that, that would be like.
I hope they have Power Stone as well. Power Stone and
Power Stone.
The Power Stone 1 and 2, and then,
I didn't play 2. I played 1. I didn't play Power Stone.
Yeah, Power Stone 1 and 2, and then what's that other PSP game? I have to look it up. I forgot the name of it. It's like vague in my mind. I'll look it up and say it. But go ahead.
Yeah, man, PSP got a lot of great games on there, so hopefully we'll definitely see.
Well, I'd like to see on the PlayStation 1 offer. I want to see a Battle Arena Toshinden and Rallycross.
Classic.
Because those were the games that I put the most time in, and only because I couldn't afford any games, and those games were on that demo disc.
Yes, sir.
And I played that shit for like 2 years.
J-Dub, how did you get that demo disc?
Oh man, listen, day one when you bought the PlayStation 1, we ain't talking about after the fact, years down the line when they revised the pack, but when you bought the console itself, it came with a demo disc in the box.
Yep.
Popped that disc in, and man, it was a collection of like, I think 8, 9 games. I mean, it's been so long, so maybe, kind of skewed, but I remember the games that were on there. Battle Arena Toshinden was one, Rallycross, Jumping Flash was one.
Yo, funny story too with that.
I can't remember.
Like I never played a full retail version of Bloody Roar, but when it was on that demo disc, I played the hell that Bloody Roar. Remember this game called Energize? It had Cloud in there and all that. There was also like a Star Wars game as well that was like a demo. I used to play this shit.
You talking about Star Wars Battle? Well, the original Battlefront too. You talking about for PSP, right?
No, it was like a fighting game. It was like a fighting Star Wars game.
A fighting game.
Yeah, and it was like on the demo disc. Yo, those games right there, I never purchased them like retail. But the demo disc, I was playing the hell out of them joints, bro.
Y'all remember the magazines that used to come with the demo disc? That's how I got to play NFL Game Day. I was able to play that because of that, as far as
yes, sir. You go.
Hey,
right
no cap. You know what game
library.
I'm excited to play? Like what game I'm gonna definitely go back to. No cap. I hope they have Budokai 3 for PS2.
Yes, sir. All of them. I want all of them. I'm gonna run through all of them.
Budokai 3 is my favorite. Budokai 3 and Budokai Tenkaichi.
Yes.
But also for PSP, GTA Liberty City Stories. I played the hell out of that game back in the day, man. That was such a great game.
Oh, the Liberty Stories. Yo, I used to play
Liberty City Stories.
what was that game called? It's not. It was a racing. Oh, Midnight Club, Dub Edition.
Oh yeah, yo, Midnight Club was the joint, man. Oh my
that
god,
was my favorite.
I love
My
Midnight
favorite.
Club.
Midnight Club 2. I used to love the hell out of that game, yo. You know what I mean? That Dub Edition with PSP. But yeah, moving along though, man. Let's talk about this SIFU update real quick, man. Because SIFU, not only did it have a nice, patch update, which is 1.08, but it also came out with a physical edition, the Vengeance edition, that has like a nice steelbook and everything. But let's go over some of the stuff that this 1.08 patch update brought to SIFU, and this is only the spring content update. There's going to be more coming, as said. So here they added difficulty options. Players will now be able to choose their difficulty in the settings in SIFU. Student, which is easy. Discipline, which is the normal difficulty that we all played on. And then there is Master. The original difficulty level corresponds to the middle setting, Discipline. It is now possible that either play the game in the easy setting or make it harder for the experienced players who already finished the game with that master difficulty. And that master difficulty, like Persona said, geez Louise. yo, I think the RNG with like the movesets that they do, and on top of new moves that they gave, woo! It's like relearning the whole game over again, man. It's
facts. Yo, for real, man.
No lie, I didn't stream it, but I definitely understood where Persona was coming from. It was definitely a humbling experience. You know what I mean? It was like, oh, okay, these guys are they mixing you up now. Especially my
funny,
man.
With Sean, I didn't really have as much of a problem with Sean because Sean was always that tough where he was doing a lot of sweeps and stuff like that. So I think from my mind, when I got to the Sean boss, I understood like, yo, he's gonna do a lot of sweeps. I know when to parry. I know when to do this. So that's why I got through Sean relatively quickly. Like at a relatively younger age, not in the 20s, but it was young enough.
The thing is with Sean, they didn't add new moves to him. They just here phase 2. They put in phase 1.
Phase 1,
and the RNGs really all just like mix up really. But
yeah, that's really all they did. Which I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
The botanist. There's actually 2 new moves that they gave the botanist. There's a sweep that he drops you down on, and there's a light sweep, and then he finishes off with his knee to your head, that kind of stuns you.
There's also a new combo pattern he does, because typically when you fight botanist, he does he doesn't do a lot of sweeps in the second phase, and you're able to actually parry when he jumps out of the bushes. You're actually able to parry that and actually damage him, but in master difficulty, you can't. That's why I was getting hurt a lot. I'm like, wait, certain stuff that I could parry before, I can't parry anymore. Like, it's weird. And with one of his combo strings in master difficulty, he does like the slashes, and then normally what he would do is he back up, and then he would jump back in and do like the overhead slash, and then that's what you would either dodge or parry and do combos. But now what he does is he do the quick slashes, and then he'll sweep, and then he'll back up, and then he'll jump back in
the second
phase.
Do
the in the second phase, and then he'll do quick slashes again, and then do overhead slash, and then do the knee, or he would do the sweep again. So it's you got like reading botanist now is very difficult because it can either be the heavy knee like it used to be, or it can be a sweep. So that's what will really catch you off guard now. His combo strings are very, very different, and I'm like, whoa, this is
pretty much in master difficulty. It's no longer like, just predicting enemy moves. You have to actually read it. Like you have to react now, pretty much in master difficulty, which, it's going to offer a new challenge. Maybe when you get used to it and get that timing right, you get your eyes adjusted to like, okay, here's this new RNG that it can do. We'll get good with it. But the other things that they added here is new outfits. They also made the training room more advanced, and they added like a dark mode and a UI improvements. But here's the actual settings as far as what they changed with the difficulties and all that stuff. With easy mode, that a lot of people's platinum the game now. Shout out to J-Dub is getting that platinum soon. You have more life and more structure for the main character. Enemies are less aggressive. Enemies have less reactive in defense. They're less reactive in defense. Simplified patterns for various archetypes and bosses. The death counter can't. Oh, so the death counter don't go beyond 1 in easy.
What? Hey,
So that's why people are beating the game for the first time and beating the game in age 25 or less. Persona, which we're going to come back to that, Persona. Oh, don't worry, we're coming to it. And better shrine rewards. Yo, I'm going to try out easy to see how easy this thing is, yo.
Hey, yo, that easy mode sounds crazy,
Yo,
bro.
son.
Hey, Bari, don't worry about it. I'm gonna make sure I beat it at age 60. I ain't gonna beat it at 25. I'm gonna beat it at age 60.
Hey, yo, bro.
Just to be.
You know how big of a change that is? Because typically when you die, right? So you die the first time, your death count goes to 1. So you go to like 21. But if you die again, your death count goes to 2. So now it adds that 2 to your age. So now instead of 22, you're 23. And if you die 3 times, then now you're 20. But this is saying that it doesn't go past the 1. So if you die again the second time, you're just gonna go, oh, you're just gonna be 22. Yeah, that's just a big change.
Hey, yo, that's crazy.
You'll never go back younger. Yeah,
that's a big change, yo. And master difficulty, so you have less life and your structure is lowered. Enemies have more life and more structure. Enemies are more aggressive. Enemies are more reactive in defense, and new patterns for bosses. But I want to highlight this, man. So Persona, you did a tweet earlier this week where you was asking some people some questions, man. What's up with that, Persona? What's going on? Give us a background story behind
that. Yo, so I was just wondering because like I started to see a lot of people, prior to this, a lot of people weren't really getting the SIFU Platinum, and a lot of people weren't really playing the game. Once that easy mode came in, and the difficulty options, I start seeing people getting SIFU Platinums all over the place, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, bragging. I'm like, all right. So I'm just curious, right? My parents always taught me, ask questions. I'm like, all right, cool. So I asked, a couple people in the community, like, what difficulty did you play on, just to see, and
Did you get a response, sir?
Yeah, I got a response from someone in the community about it. They definitely finished off the game on easy to get the specific trophies that you.
Are you talking about the Dreamcast question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he played
but the thing is, why didn't he actually say that in his initial tweet? Because he spoke about difficulty. He was like, "Oh, I was expecting this to be harder than coming off of like Elden Ring or something." From what I saw,
we know why. Come on, man, we know why.
but that's what sparked me to ask the question. That's what sparked me to ask the question because I was curious. Cause I'm just like, damn, like Elden Ring from this, and I don't know. I was just like, all right, like I'm looking at the platinum and the trophies, and I'm like, hold on, the time. You got 2 of the hardest trophies in the game at the same time.
At the same time.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother? Can we talk?
Yeah.
And so I asked the question, and he was honest though, right? Like he ain't try to cap or nothing.
No. What happened? He knew you could easily go look and see the date and the time after that update hit, and it is what it is.
Yeah, true. Listen. How people play their game, they play their game, right? I'm just some dude on the internet, right? Like, I'm not really anyone. No one on the internet dictates your experience with games, right? It's just a question, right? Like that's really all it is. It's questions.
It ain't that innocent, Persona. You ain't gonna queens me out here, okay?
Chill. Let me hit it with the Jedi mind trick, man. Let me live.
He said these are not the droids they're looking for. But no, man, like really and truly, I personally don't care, what difficulty you're playing the game on, as long as you're enjoying the game. But when I start caring is like when you start bragging, like, oh, this game is easy. You're like, oh yeah, because you're playing on easy. You know what I mean?
See that there is what caught Persona's attention, because I seen it before Persona said anything, and then when I seen Persona say something, I said, "Yep, let me jump in here with my gifts and my memes."
Hey yo, J-Dub, no.
You and BG. Once you and BG jumped into it, it blew up. Like
because I saw BG's tweet was like, "Oh, Persona being messy." I was like, "Hold on, what question Persona asked today?"
I'm just like, yo, I'm asking questions. I'm legit just asking questions. And once they saw that, it just blew up from there. Everybody was on it. They're just like, oh shit, what's going on? What's happening here?
He could have run from that one. I mean, at least he actually answered truthfully.
He kept it. Yeah, he kept it straight up.
Not a lot of people would.
No, I agree though. Like people that are bragging, like, oh, because that's what happens with a lot of these, like some of these reviewers, where they'll say, well, the AI is kind of dumb, but then it's like, are you playing on easy, normal, hard? Like, so it's like, what difficulty are you playing on? Because if you're playing on easy or even normal with some of these games, right, the AI is going to be pretty stupid because the difficulty dictates how the game is going to how the AI in the game is going to play.
Yeah, but at least normal is where the developers intended the game to be. Like that's how the game's supposed to be played. So I would get that, but easy mode and then you bragging about AI and difficulty. I'm just like, come on, let's say you enjoyed the game or you didn't enjoy the game and keep it moving.
Yeah, and so that's really why I ask those questions. I'm not doing it to be like mean or nothing like that. I just be curious.
But Persona. J-Dub, Mr. aka Kratos. Are you guys fan of like Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Interactive, or Tomb Raider, Deus Ex, Thief, Legacy of Kain? Are you guys fans? Yes or no? I mean, I'm asking a simple question.
Hard pass for me.
Whoa!
I want the other side. I'm waiting till we talk about the other side of the equation.
Yes, sir.
Those are side dishes. I need the steak and potatoes. You know what I'm saying? I need steak and potatoes.
I need that T-bone steak. You feel me?
Y'all going for the T-Hawks or the Tomahawks?
Tomb Raider was okay for its time before we got better, before we got the Uncharted's, before we got the Ghost of Tsushima's, before we got the Horizons. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm be honest. The last two Tomb Raiders, I fell asleep playing them, man. That's just me.
I couldn't. J-Dub, yo, J-Dub, we preaching. They were boring, bro. I just couldn't. I couldn't get through them, man. I couldn't get through them.
Yo, so you guys wasn't too pent up when it came to this latest news, which was one of the biggest news of the week, where Square Enix have sold off, Crystal Dynamics, Eidos Interactive, I think Square Enix Montreal as well, and a bunch of IPs to Embracer Group for $300 million.
It looks like DLC.
Good riddance. Good riddance is the first thing.
That threw me off.
So here's the thing. Let me be honest, right? Because Crystal Dynamics is a cool development studio, right? I don't want people to think that I think that they're not great, right? Same thing with Eidos, right? I'm sure they're all great in their own right. And with Avengers, I love Avengers so much. Like platinum in the game, I put about 200 hours into the game. I got the best Captain Miss Marvel on the game. You understand? My Kamala Khan is the best in the game. Boris Thor is the best in the game. Not up for debate.
Yes, sir.
You understand? And so when it comes to the games that I've enjoyed from Crystal Dynamics recently, which is Avengers, I'm just like, damn, man, that kind of sucks or whatever. And I don't want to get ahead in the news, Barry, but looking at how much money is being lost here, and just all the stuff that's like been coming out about the deal and the studios and whatnot, and seeing how much these studios have underperformed, I get Square trying to trim that fat, try to get rid of them. You get what I'm saying? I stand by this. I know me and Barry have kind of gone back and forth about this week. But I just feel like that 300 mil, I still think that's a steal, right? I understand what they're worth and all that other stuff. I get it. I promise I do. I'm looking at it from a talent perspective, right? And from an industry talent shortage perspective, where within the gaming industry right now, it's really hard to lock down talent, really hard to lock things down. And when you look at Eidos Montreal, Crystal Dynamics, and Square Enix Montreal, or Square Montreal, they're gaining 1,100 employees. It's a lot of talent that's now off the table. That's a lot of talent that's just got locked down from Embracer, who already has a 10,000 plus staff, repertoire. I think, damn, like, all right, you got the bodies. It's the bodies. I'm looking at it from the bodies. But again, you get 50 IPs, right? Which include Tomb Raider, Thief, and Deus Ex and all that stuff. And you're also getting the studios that made that 50 IPs of a backlog. So Sleeping Dogs and stuff like that are as well, Legacy of Kain. And then obviously the studios themselves I don't know. I just feel like 300 million is a little,
You see,
cheap.
Persona. This is where I disagree with Persona, because Persona is going off of the bodies and the developers, number of developers. I look at it from, okay,
Money is with
you got
IP.
all those developers, but what are they creating? If you look at the past 3 to 5 years of these three divisions of Square Enix, they were not
anything.
Yeah, they were not producing, regardless of how many talent or whatnot you had. Their games wasn't serviceable as far as meeting the quotas.
They just on the payroll.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then when you look at the total capital here of like what the worth is, 40 million, 6.2 million, and a lot of dormant IPs, I think Square Enix came off on top here, because we're also going to be talking about how much money they actually lost as well when it comes to the Marvel's IPs that these both studios was creating, like over $200 million. So the fact that you was in so much, you lost so much money from that, you gained, because at the end of the day, to revitalize any of these IPs is going to take what? Money. To market any of these games is going to take what? Money. To develop any of these games is going to take what? Money. Yeah, you have a whole bunch of that stuff, but you're going to be paying so much more to revitalize, to develop, to pay all these people than you know what I mean, than anything. So Square Enix, I don't think 300 million is like a crazy amount, but in this deal, I think they came off on top, because now that's something that they don't have to deal with, where they're probably losing way more than that in general. For what they're doing. Now you don't have to put that in your books or showcase that to your investors or whatnot.
Well, I think Embracer paid off a lot of that debt too. So I think that 200 mil that just got wiped off of Square's books as well, because Embracer definitely paid a lot of that off.
Yeah.
I believe so.
But this is the concerning part of this topic right here, J-Dub Persona, is where we have the purpose of transactions here. And I'm not going to read the whole entire thing, but I just want to paint a picture of how Square Enix has been labeling, this purpose. So the first paragraph they have on here is where we're going to start here. In addition, the transactions enables the launch of new businesses by moving forward with investments in the field, including blockchain, AI, and cloud. The move is based on the policy of business structure optimization that the company set forth under the medium-term business strategy unveiled on May 13th, 2021. So Square Enix, they was announcing that they want to look into like, NFTs, AI and cloud, I guess, to power these blockchains and whatnot. But my disdain with this is come from them listing this first before the actual gaming reason why we love Square Enix. So in the final paragraph here, it said, going forward, the company's development functions will comprise its studios in Japan, Square Enix external studios, and Square Enix Collective. The company's overseas studios will continue publish franchises such as Just Cause, Outriders, and Life is Strange. So they're still going to come. They're still going to be they're still going to be overseeing the external studio stuff that they're creating. But I just find it weird that a gaming company, Square Enix, they do other things as well, but they're known for gaming, has this as the last thing as far as when it comes to the purpose of transaction. What's your thoughts on this whole NFT and how they moving forward with this? And, we're gonna get into other acquisitions as well, but
I think, guys, we need to take a step back here, right? Because on social media, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff, right? As gamers, our first reaction is to jump and go all rah-rah before we step back and look at the overall picture. Pretty much every corporation these days are looking future focused. They're looking at what emerging technologies are coming, what ways that they can invest and make money in, and where are gaming going, where is their business going, where their next investments are going. NFT and blockchain and all this stuff are just other little piece and items that they are researching and looking into. That don't mean they're going to stop making games and focus on this. That don't mean the next game that they launch is going to have NFT. That don't mean any of that stuff. That's exploratory. So if you look at Microsoft, Sony, and pretty much every corporation is looking at some of these things. They want to be on the cutting edge. They want to be on that wave of money that could possibly be made from the next big thing. 5 years from now, NFT could be the next best thing. You know, I remember, and I'll take y'all back to more recent time. I remember when it wasn't fashionable to have a console offline. I remember back in 2013 when Microsoft they got stumped out. Shout out to my man Donny D for saying, hey, if you can't get your console, online, then we got a console for you. Play the Xbox 360. But this console here, the Xbox One, is moving to the future, right? We're always online. Being transparent up front, right? So they got railroaded for that. And guess what? Here we are in 2022. It's very rare that your system ever is not connected online. Sure, servers go up and down, but only for such a small time. Is negligible in the grand scheme of things. So we can't sit here and say, oh, I don't like this because it is. As long as that don't affect the game that's coming out in the near future, their next game, their next project. Like if I boot up the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, right? And the first thing before I sign in, I got to buy some NFT, or I'm just right in my face. There's some NFTs that I have to interact with and all kind of stuff, or some blockchain stuff I got to deal with. Then yeah, that's a problem. But that's not going to happen. That's not what this is about. This right here, a lot of this is for the investors. It's letting the investors know, hey, this is where we're going to do with all your money. This is what we're looking forward, and we got to keep moving forward. We just can't say, okay, hey, we got a couple of Tomb Raiders down the road. That's it. No, we got to. When I give you my money as an investor, when I give you my money, I expect you to invest. I expect you to look at more ways than just, let's say if I bought into Ford, then just making the next F-150 truck or just making the next Ford Taurus. I want to see you go and do all kind of other stuff. Now they're investing in battery technology, other foundries and all kind of tires and all kind of stuff. That makes me more money. That makes that company more viable. So I just want to give y'all a step back view from it, outside of the fake outrage that Twitter and everybody else jump on from a lot of this stuff. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you in a lot of stuff what you said. Your persona. How about you, Mike?
Yeah, I think when it comes to like the gaming aspect, I do agree with J Dub with what he said though. Like, there's definitely got to be other avenues of getting money to keep a company sustainable and whatnot. I do think with Square Enix though, like I'm looking at this more so from like a gamer perspective and not really my investor brain, right? Which I guess is a bit disingenuous, but what has made Square so legendary through their time within the industry, which is about 30 plus years, right, is JRPGs, is the games, right? I just don't want these studios and these publishers and companies that, what made them great and what put them in the position to do what they want to do and make the business decisions that they want to make. I don't want them to forget how to, forget where they came from, right? Gaming, I think, still needs to be at the forefront of everything that's being done.
Absolutely.
Right? And that is what's most important, especially to me, right? Especially with Square, which is one of my favorite publishers or development companies to date, like their top 3 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want that to get lost in the sauce. And that's what a lot of these studios, because we're seeing this happen a lot where, all this NFT shit and all this other stuff is happening. And listen, you got to make money, man. Like, to be sustainable and keep making games and all this, you definitely have to have multiple sources of income coming in so that you can keep the business in a healthy position.
Yeah.
But just don't forget where you come from.
Look at Twitter.
Games.
You can't even change your profile picture without slapping NFT right in front of you.
NFT, yeah.
I just don't want that stuff interrupting or the gaming process.
Yeah. No, I understand that, but Persona, the only reason that this is okay for me regarding Square Enix is because these guys came out. We have Forspoken being prepped, right? We have Final Fantasy 16 being prepped. We have Final Fantasy 7 Remake being prepped. We have Kingdom Hearts 4 being prepped, right?
Dragon Quest.
We have Dragon Quest, right? We got Dragon Quest, right? We got the bangers prepped for the next 3, 4, 5 years. So they can fucking they can go buy an NFT company if they want to right now. Because guess what? I know for the next 5 years, I know I'm solidified in spending my money with them for that specific fact. For all those games I just named, that's them taking care of the customer, the gamers first.
Yep,
That's putting
yep.
gamers first. Now, granted, your point is 100% right, because when you look at other companies that ain't got no games, nowhere to be found, or they're throwing some trashy games out, they're focusing on everything but games. That's the people that we need to be preaching with. That is bullshit, and I agree with you on that.
Yeah,
you can do what you want, but make sure you got them games ready. If Sony was out here talking about NFT and blockchain and all this shit, and we ain't had no games in 2022, I'ma be pissed. Where the games at?
And that's why I agree 100%, right? Because and that's why I think it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? Because it's like, well, Persona, you're saying this, but we got all of this, 100%. But moving forward, I don't want them to lose sight.
yeah.
Because it's always, I've said this, I've been saying this for years. Give these companies an inch, they'll take a mile. Just because things are sweet right now and here in the moment does not mean that we shouldn't be looking to the future and making sure that things stay sweet 5, 10, 15 years from now. You get what I'm saying? Look at the situation with PlayStation, right? Jim Ryan and everyone was saying, when it came to games going to PC, certain games going to PC, it's a test, no adverse reaction, all this other stuff. It's like, okay, well, who's this a test for? What is this? What is the purpose of this, right? No one's speaking up. And then here we are now where, it's pretty much inevitable that, games will be going to PC, not day and date, but, 6 months, a year later.
The issue I have is that I get where you're coming from, J-Dub, but the money that they're earning from gaming, they're investing in something I don't want them to do. you know what I mean?
Listen, I totally understand that. But on the flip side, that's the purpose of a corporation.
Yeah, I get that.
Is to make money for its shareholders.
Well,
so here's the thing.
I'm thinking more
you're a
of
gaming company?
of a gamer. You know what I mean? As a gamer.
Yeah, if you're a gaming company, right? Nintendo is a gaming company, right? They don't do anything else pretty much. They do that in toys. That's their bread and butter. That's everything, right? Sony, what do? Yeah, they do movies. They do all that. But their bread and butter, what keeps the lights on, is games. They can't lose sight of that. If they lose sight of that, the company's going to fold, right? And that's on them. That's that corporation. So I like what Jim Ryan said when he says what keep us up at night and what keeps us on the straight and narrow is thinking about the PlayStation 3 era. We never want to return back to that era of the stuff that we did. So that's what keep us investing. That's what keep the bangers and the goldies coming. We can't lose that audience. The moment we lose that audience, it's a wrap for us, right? So because he said that, and because they are delivering on the goldies, because we don't spend years going by without games, right? We get games every month, pretty much, right? Because we have that, and because we got PSVR 2, because we got PlayStation 5, because we got all this other stuff that we love and we spend our money on, that allows me to sleep at night knowing that, okay, if this game comes to PC in 6 months' time, all right, cool. I done bought it day one. I done beat it. So if selling it to some PC dudes allow them to make some more money to fund the sequel, so we can get the next era of God of War or the next Gran Turismo, game, or the next Horizon or something else, then that's fine. But they better not, right? They better not, like Persona said, they better not lose focus. They better not, because the moment they lose focus, the moment we see that ship turn to a direction that we don't want it to go, then they starting to lose gamers. Then they lost us, and then before you know it, they're back to the PS3 era.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing. With all of this, right? It's not to say that a business is not supposed to try to make monies and get multiple streams of revenue. Again, from a business perspective and from an investor perspective, yes, do that. That's absolutely like 100%, right? But what is one of the main things that the community is always saying when it comes to this? Because a lot of people in the community love to say, oh well, you're not in the business, you're not making, you're on their payroll for free, doing all this corporate slavery and all this other stuff. It's like, but here people are trying to justify why this is good or why this is great for.
But this is great for gamers.
Bullshit they love to say, right? So it's one of those things where I'm just like, look, from an investor perspective, absolutely do what you do. From a gamer perspective, I just like, gaming is my hobby, it's my passion, right? I want to be 60 years old, still being able to play games and have great games coming out, and it not be filled with very stale, very shallow, very
Yeah.
cash grabber ish. We already
Yeah.
see the craze of free to play games and live
Yep.
service games, really starting to overthrow and take over this industry. I just don't want what has made gaming great for the last 3 decades to get lost in the sauce, or all in the name of trying to, be different or trying to do X, Y, Z. And that's
Let
just
me
me
say
saying it from a gamer's perspective. That's all I'm
let me
saying.
say
That's
this.
it.
Let me say this one thing. Listen, I've been gaming, right? I've been gaming since the Atari. I'm probably telling my age. I'm 41, but I've been gaming since the Atari 2600. That came out before I was born, but because that's what my big brother had, that's what I gamed on until we got an NES and until we got the rest of the systems. I've seen companies come out with more powerful hardware. I've seen them come out with better marketing. I've seen them come out with different types of strategies and different type of things. I've seen that evolve, and Nintendo has outlasted them all. Why? Because they stuck with what worked, and that was just great games. They didn't matter if somebody came, if the TurboGrafx 16 was more powerful. It didn't matter if Sega had this, right? It didn't matter if all these other companies came out with all of these different niche and gimmicks and this and this and we hear that's the first thing we hear is, oh, this is finna be the next greatest thing. This is finna kill this, right? In some kind of way, Nintendo, just by doing the very basic thing that gamers want, which is just a great game. If you make a great game, gamers will be there. And Nintendo has outlasted all of those more powerful big companies, better this and better that. Nintendo has outlasted them by just doing the bare necessity of what gamers are asking for. So as long as a company does that, they'll be okay. But the moment they start doing the bullshit and they change from that, it's a wrap.
So let's get into this. Let's get into this. Where now Square Enix pretty much have cut the fat when it comes to their Western studios, and now they can focus on their Japanese side that has been very profitable and making money and whatnot. A lot of rumors is coming to play. Even when we saw this news, we was assuming or speculating that possibly there could be an acquisition being done here on the side of that PlayStation. You know what I mean? And here we have kind of funny, Greg Miller, pretty much admitting or confirming his rumor that he spoke about. By the way, Greg's Millers. We need you to get on What's Up PlayStation podcast one of these weekends. Okay, Mr. Greg Miller, Mr. Kind of Funny. Okay. By the way, congratulations on the newborn. But we need you on Kind of Funny. So Greg Miller, Blessing, and I think Janet, they was on Kind of Funny. They was talking about what could be done here now that Square Enix have cut down a lot of the Western art, Western studio stuff. Do you think it's possible that PlayStation is gearing up to buy Square Enix? Is that something feasible? Is that something that PlayStation can do?
I'm gonna go off. So Jay, you go first, Jay. I'm gonna go off.
Absolutely. Listen, Bari, man, I've been saying this for the last 2 years. My sources, right, my insider sources, told me that this was in the work quite some while ago. And there was some more things that they told me, but I ain't gonna share with y'all because what I'm saying, I don't want that to come back on me. But this was already in the works. And the fact that they started getting rid of the fat, when we found out last week, that further lets me know exactly what's about to happen. That just kind of let me know, well, the rumor that I heard and the information that I heard is more in line with what they said and then not. And then Greg Miller came out, and when he confirmed that, I said, yep. Now, and I'll tell y'all probably after the show, but the other stuff that Sony's preparing to do, some more acquisitions as well that I've heard that we've been talking about for quite some time. But I kind of wonder the reason why they haven't really kind of came out and talked about it yet. Is it because of the whole Blizzard Activision deal? They kind of want to see what goes on with that. You know what I'm saying? Before they start doing more.
Yeah.
Because that, it kind of like that Blizzard Activision deal that Microsoft did kind of caught red flags with congressmen and the FTC and stuff like that. And I don't think that they thought that that was going to happen. And now come to find out, they're looking into the whole Bungie deal, which was only how many million was the Bungie deal?
3.2 billion. Yeah.
3 billion. Yeah, 3.2 billion, right? 3.2 billion compared to like $70 billion. So if they're starting to scrutinize something as small as $3 billion on the grand scheme of things, right, on the big picture, then I think that's kind of what was the holdup. They just really wanted to, and that's probably also why they said, well, Sony itself is buying it and they're not making it part of the PlayStation division to kind of keep some heat off of them, where they'll make it seem like, oh, well, it's okay because the PlayStation division isn't going to run it, but Sony headquarters is going to kind of like isolate it. I kind of thought that that's what they were trying to do, to kind of finagle the system until everything got approved. But we don't know how all this is going to work out. But I do think within the next 6 months, we will hear that Sony has acquired the rest of Square Enix.
Can I talk?
Go off, my brother.
Hey, yo, listen. Man.
It's my opinion.
Let me start by saying that, man.
It's my opinion.
Listen, man. This gaming community is.
My internet just went out just for like a couple of seconds. I had to reset the router and all that.
Oh my God, boy.
I forgot what he was talking about, man. It's
He
crazy.
was talking about the acquisition, potential acquisition of
potential acquisition for PlayStation.
Square. Yeah.
You was going in.
Bro.
You was about to go in.
I was about to go in.
Let me
just tell
share
you.
it back out.
Refresh. Yeah, I'm gonna share this back out. I know everybody like, what just happened? What's going on? Is WUPS dead? Hold up, man. Let me share this back out.
They say some shit always going down when J-Dub show up.
Hey,
God
man.
Hashtag blame J-Dub. Not joking.
Facts.
Now we should be good. We should be good to go again. Just refresh, guys, if you're in the chat. And yeah. Sorry about that, but that was this whack ass Optimum internet. But yeah, Persona, you can go ahead and continue your
Okay.
your spiel.
I gotta get my energy back, man. I was in the flow. Okay. Hey man, listen, guys, we build it as we fly. Okay. So that's what happens. All right. So we were talking about the acquisition. We was talking about the acquisition of Square, right? So here's my thing, right? A lot of people in this community have been talking about how Square, how PlayStation has abandoned Japan, especially after the closing of Japan studio. Everyone's like, you've abandoned Japan. Oh God, I'm so hurt. All this crazy stuff, right? And here we have one of the most legendary publisher developers in the business, in the history of gaming, who have created some of, if not the most iconic, memorable, and legendary JRPGs in the business. And with these rumors of PlayStation looking to acquire and grab them, I see people through this community talking about why buy this stupid saying of why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? No, I want the whole cow. Absolutely. I want oxtails. I want steaks. I want burgers. I want veal. I want it all. I want ground beef. I don't just want the milk. I want the beef bacon. I want it all. I want a smorgasbord. And within an industry of how we are now within this industry, where things are getting acquired, it's not just PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox that's in this now, right? You got Embracer Group, who've got the most studios out of everybody. Even now, they still have more studios than Microsoft, right? You've got the Amazons and it. Like, there's more people who have eyes on PlayStation right now. Have eyes on the industry right now because they see the money potential when it comes to the entertainment business. PlayStation. I keep saying PlayStation. Sorry. Gaming is the highest in most
rewarding form of entertainment. It's making the most money, more than movies, more than music, more than everything. It's gaming. That's why you see all these celebs and everybody in gaming right now, because gaming is where the money is. These esports leagues and all this crazy stuff. Now back to the acquisition. I've been saying this ever since the Bethesda deal happened, right? And everybody was, emotional. PlayStation needs to respond. PlayStation needs to respond. They need to buy somebody. Oh my God, the industry. I said this off rip. I said the only acquisitions that matter for me when it comes to PlayStation is Square, Capcom, and some fighting game devs like an Arc System or something like that to bolster up those catalogs. You lock up, and even now with that, I've been saying this for a long time. When it comes to the market right now and the way the industry is, if PlayStation wants to cement themselves for the next 10 plus years, PlayStation needs the cornerstone of area of the market. We see what Microsoft is doing with the shooter market, the multiplayer market, the Western RPG market. They're trying to corner that down. Nintendo's got their own little slice that they're doing. PlayStation needs to corner a specific genre of the market and lock that down. They've already got the anime market locked down. Lock down that JRPG market as well. It's all you. It's all you, and you solidify. And I think that's what they're doing, right? And they're also, again, people saying they want PlayStation to focus on Japan and bolster up Japan studios and stuff like that and all this other stuff. Here you go. This is a legendary get. And I do think it's going to happen, right? Obviously, this is all still rumors. Nothing's confirmed. But I believe in my heart of hearts, I believe it's already done. I'm going to keep it a stack with you. I feel like PlayStation was the one that wanted to get rid of this and not Square, personally speaking. I just do, because it just seems too sudden. It seems out of left field. I don't know. I just feel like this is already done. Like they've got the contract drafted up and it's ready to go.
Yeah, I personally would love this, like you said as well. This is something that, we were looking forward to, like PlayStation and, Square tie that knot, because it fits right. You know what I mean? This will be like organic growth, in my opinion, because you have such a great partnership already with Square Enix, and the fact that majority of the stuff that do come out with Square Enix is some tied to PlayStation, especially when it comes to their big IPs. You know what I mean? And then you had the stuff where Square Enix pretty much created like a new studio with Tokyo RPG Factory. And, before those games were coming, exclusively, it was time exclusive to PlayStation, before it went to other platforms. So I just feel like, really and truly, I personally would lose my shit if this happens, and I would love this to happen. Because this is the top. This is the top of the top. And I want to go back to what Herman Host said, back in last year in like August, where he had an interview, and we spoke about this on WUPS as well, where he said here that I will say that we are in some ways very much a Japanese company still. That's our heritage. That's still part of who we are. We love our Japanese games. Herman Host said that. You know what I mean? Yeah, you still have you turn Japan studios into Team Wasobi. Going that Astrobot flow, which Astrobot is very viable. It's a seller. It's a it's huge. It's an easy marketing tool as well when it comes to PlayStation stuff with the Astrobot. But yeah, I mean, I don't think him himself would say something like that without there's some like substance to it. You know what I mean? Because you don't have any first party like JRPG studios and whatnot. But Square Enix, acquiring that would quickly solve that. My person.
Yeah. Well, and let's face it, guys. If they were to capture Square Enix, if Sony was to go ahead and make that, I'm with Persona. I think it's already done. I think we just moving through the motions. Ultimately, I think this would not only solidify them in the Japanese market again, where they got rid of Japan studio. Again, it was all fake outrage. Nobody cared. Nobody bought the games. Oh, They don't care about the Japanese market anymore. And it's like, wait, didn't they just Aren't they spending these millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars to get you exclusive Japanese games on your platform? Like, if they really didn't care, it's the same thing with indies. Sony don't care about indies. They're this, they're that, right? And yet Yoshida's in charge of the indies. They roll out all of these state of plays with nothing but indies, and nobody care. Nobody, oh, that's trash. I don't trash.
They been dropping heat too with them indies, man. Shuhei, in my opinion, is doing an amazing job.
Awesome job.
Yeah, I think so.
So it just comes back to, you got to ignore the fake outrage, the Twitter gamers, right, and the YouTube gamers. Ignore them. Sony, the only thing that matters, right, is the dollars. They got the statistics. They see who spend money on what. They know what their fan base is asking for, and they're going to deliver it. It is what it is.
Yep.
And he also said here, so we are very invested in Japanese development, and Japanese development is something that we love. I think it's such a core part of the PlayStation identity that I can't ever see us shy away from Japanese or even Asian development. That's coming from Herman Host last year. If you guys forgot about that interview that he had, speaking on Japanese development and developers. But I would love this to happen. Hopefully, there's some truth to it. We know when it comes to PlayStation rumors, sometimes it's a dud. But another PlayStation rumor. Let's move it along, man, because this goes to Persona. This is definitely for Persona here. Persona, man, the FTC is shutting it down. What's going on?
It's my opinion.
Listen, I need the FTC to mind their business, man. They in everybody's business, man. They gotta mind their business. Focus on the country, not Bungie and Sony. That ain't the deal that's not the deal that we struck in the back room. I told y'all to focus on that Activision deal. And here y'all go. I paid y'all a lot of money. And here y'all are focusing on Sony. What we doing out here, man? 3.6 billion off of Bungie? You focusing on that? Man, stop it.
I think it's because they focus on these publishers, right? Because PlayStation, even Microsoft, they come out saying that we're still going to put these games, on other platforms, but they just want to see the ins and outs. They looking at everything just to see, okay, are you really meaning what you're saying? Because this was a publisher. Bungie became their own publisher, when they got their rights to their game and all that stuff. So,
Yeah. I mean, I think though, but on a serious note though, this is business as usual. I'm not really too worried about this, just because with the people, I don't want to get too political here, but with the people that are in office and holding some of these positions of power, calling for the FTC to be more involved when it comes to not just gaming but just tech business dealings in general, right? So I just think this is the FTC making good on their word and trying to be more involved to understand, especially within the gaming realm, where, again, when you've got giants like Microsoft, Amazon, Google, all within this space, Meta, right, formerly known as Facebook, Meta in this space, it's no surprise that the FTC is now starting to probe things a lot more to make sure that everything is business as usual. But I don't think that something like this will get vetoed or get stopped or whatever the case may be. I think they're fine.
Sir, yes, sir.
How much do you guys think it's going to cost for the new and improved, cut out all the trimmed fat Square Enix? I mean, do you think it's 3 billion, 4 billion, 50 billion? I mean,
the articles the things that I've been looking at, the market cap and whatnot, they're right now evaluated at 5 billion. But I think with the trimming of all of this and getting some of that debt paid off, I can see 4.5 maybe, even the whole 5, or even 5. I say between 4 and 6 PlayStation to spend.
No, they're gonna if this is something that's gonna happen, it's gonna be more than that. It's gonna be
10.
You're gonna see double digits.
It's gonna have to be worthwhile. Yeah, it's gonna be 10.
The
The valuation of what you are now, right? If Persona say he'll sell me his Mercedes for $50,000, because you know he's not going to sell me at cost at what he paid for. He's going to clearly want to make some money off of it. So it's going to have to be worth his while. So it's going to have to, if the value of it is 50, he's going to sell it to me for 75. That's just how business works.
Well, that's why I don't see 10. I don't see 10 at all. No, but that's why I said between 4 and 6 because they trimmed some of that fat off. I think whatever the price was, and again, all of this is speculation, but I think whatever the price was prior when they had all of that, you trimmed a lot of that off. You got a lot of that. I got rid of a lot of that dead weight.
The thing
you don't
is,
have to pay and stuff like that.
Square Enix is a much bigger company than Bungie, and they spent double of what Bungie is worth with 3.6.
That was the retained staff, though. A lot of that.
Yeah,
was retained
I mean,
staff.
but they're gonna do the same thing with Square. You think that they're not going? If they're buying this publisher, they're not going to try to retain the staff and talent there as well?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm giving them between 4 and 8. And I feel like 8's a bit generous.
But I'm
I'll
saying
give them 4 to 8. I wouldn't give them 10.
This is a much bigger company than Bungie. So you're saying there's going to be 1 billion more? That's crazy.
I get that, but what I'm saying is, I don't know. I don't see the 10. I just don't.
It's definitely like 10 to 12 billion from what I see.
Okay. This is the valuation, right? You look at what the IP that they own, what have those IPs made previously, and the people, and what's the salary and all the structure of the people who worked on those IPs. That's typically how you get some kind of valuation number out of it. And you got to think, they already got all of these games that we named earlier in the pipeline. All of these games got sequels or the next version of those games being currently worked on. And those are some next generation versions of the game. So that value has to be higher than what they previously evaluated at. I would think. I would think it would be lower because they just sold off a lot. So I don't know. I just feel like but 300 million. 300 million is nothing compared to
the thing is
if their market valuation is at 5 billion, why would I pay almost double that?
Then that means $4.5 billion of that valuation was for Final Fantasy series, Dragon Quest,
that's what I'm saying.
and all other games.
Why would I pay double? Why would I pay almost double that?
You have to make it worth their while. Square Enix
make it worth their while, absolutely, but I'm not paying you 10 billion for something that's worth 5. That's crazy. I pay again,
bro. But you just said why did PlayStation spend double what Bungie is worth?
Yeah, I understand that, and that's why I'm giving you. That's why I'm giving you the 8 billion. I can see PlayStation paying a little bit more, like 2 or 3 billion over asking, but a whole 5 billion over asking, absolutely not.
No, I mean at the end of the day, Bungie's they're known for that one game, right? Destiny, and he's spending 3 point something billion
that's
for
service.
PlayStation.
That's a service.
You got a bigger game than Destiny, which is Final Fantasy 14, and you're saying that that's a billion more. That's crazy.
The market is telling you that. I'm not telling you that. The market.
But you don't.
Where is 5 billion?
You don't go off of the market value.
You sell it on what the company wants to. Yeah.
No, I understand that. But what I'm saying is if I'm somebody that's walking into a room to make a deal, if the market is dictating that the company is worth 5 billion and you're coming to me saying I want 10, no. let's negotiate that down a bit. Yes, I want to keep the staff. Yes, I want to. Yes, these IPs are legendary.
What we're saying though,
10 billion. I'm not giving you double what
we're saying.
Microsoft would give them 10 billion and not think of it.
No. Persona's not understanding that Square Enix dwarfs when it comes to employees. It dwarfs when it comes to IPs. It does
not matter.
It dwarfs when it comes to actual worth when it comes to Bungie. So yeah, you're going to be spending more because.
But the market is still dictating that the company is worth 5 billion. We cannot sit here and say, oh well, because they have these employees and all of these legendary IPs that they're not doing anything with. That means that their market valuate the market dictates the value. Currently, right now, 5 billion. If we're sitting at a negotiations table and you say, "Hey, 10 billion," no, I'm gonna get up and walk away.
Look at this.
I'm saying that with what they're valued at, and maybe 3 billion over, just to keep staff to keep everybody happy. I see 8 billion, 7 to 8 billion. I do not see $10 billion for a company that's the market dictates is 5 billion. I don't see them doing that. Now Microsoft would do that because Microsoft has money to blow to do that. PlayStation needs to be very strategic with the money that
Embracer just did it with those.
that's because Embracer got money. They got Embracer's at 500 billion. PlayStation is only at about 200 billion. No, we're not playing with the same type of house money here. So we can't use those companies and their earnings to dictate how PlayStation should haggle and negotiate what they want willing to spend.
The reason why I'm saying it's going to be double of what it's saying is that you're not just looking at the market value. You're also looking at what the depth is. You're looking at the worth of IPs. You're looking at the employees. That does not equate to just 2 more billion, brother. That's what I'm trying to say.
So then let me ask you this: How does the market determine what the company is worth? How is that determined?
Yeah, that's determined by the capital. Yeah, the capital. Yo, what is your equity? How much debt you own? What do you have value worth?
What that is.
Exactly. So if a
company is not going to sell something for their market value. They're going to.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if I come to you, so if you're ever going to buy a used car, right? Before you buy the used car, what is one of the first things you should do before you buy a used car? Kelly Blue Book. Thank you. So if before you even go sit down with like a private seller or even a fucking certified pre-owned, you Kelly Blue Book that, the mileage, the year, all this other stuff to see what the value of this is. So that when you come to the table, you could be like, okay, someone could, a Kelly Blue Book for a 2018 Honda Accord could be, with 50,000 miles on it, could be $9,000, right? But you don't know that because you ain't KBB it. So you go sit down and they say, all right, here, 15,000. Oh, okay. You're thinking you're getting a deal because it's 50,000 miles and it's 2018. It's a good.
Well, we're telling you
because you're not
that dealership that has that car, right? They're not going to sell it for the price that they paid for it. They're looking to make a profit. If not, they'll keep it. You see what I'm saying?
I get
That's
that,
why they have MSRP. Like for example, when I buy my cars, it has a sticker on it that says MSRP, the manufacturer suggested retail price, right? That's what the retailers think you should sell the car for. Yep. But when you go to a dealership, the dealership never sell it to you for MSRP. They sell it to you for their markup of what they find value in it.
And that's when you can negotiate because you know what the MSRP is. You know what it's worth.
It's all negotiated, but for an example, it's always going to be a markup. If you're not in you can't run a dealership without doing markups because your job is to make money, is to make profits.
But Jay,
right?
This is my question though. If you're coming to the table to me and you're Square Enix and your market value, the market dictates that your value is at 5 billion, and we come to the table and I say, okay, 8, is that not a profit?
It's profit, but it may not be the amount of profit that's worthwhile to Square Enix for them to pay off the debt, for them to pay the investors, because the investors are going to say, well, I want more than just fucking the $10 that I put in. I want more than just the $10,000 I put in or the $1 million. I want more than that, right? I want instead of having 5% return on investment, I want 10% return on investments. Now, again, like you said, that is part of the negotiating phase. So this is all speculation, right? About how much. But what we're saying is, I wouldn't be shocked to see double-digit billions in this for what they have. Now, the fact that if it's under 10 billion is probably because, like you said, Persona, they already cut the fat and sold off the stuff that was unnecessary, that they deemed not really worth, so they can get it in a price range where Sony probably finds it viable. Sony probably said, look, I don't want to spend more than 8 billion. Do what you got to do to cut out the stuff that we kind of really don't want. And maybe that's why that transaction happened with Embracer Group. Yeah. That could be it, right? So we could all be right at the same time. It's just we're going to have to see how it rolls out. But
I'll be honest, I would be very shocked. I would be shocked if PlayStation threw 10 billion at Square. I'd be shocked.
If PlayStation were to acquire Square, I think Square has the upper hand here because a lot of the stuff that they're coming out with, exclusive, like PlayStation see the value in having a company like Square Enix under their belt. So whatever they're
Clearly.
probably asking
Absolutely,
for,
but
they're going to
Square
do
also
it.
has to see. But see, I agree 100%. But I think Square also would also see the value with being a part of PlayStation, especially with being a part of PlayStation since PlayStation's inception. Right? Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII original was
But
exclusive
once
to
you sell a
PlayStation.
company, to a company, the previous company, their opinions don't matter at all. It don't matter because once I bought you, you're mine. I can do whatever I want. I can shut that shit down and never make another game ever.
Yeah.
So, but that's why at the negotiating table, that's what you sign those contracts. You say, hey, are you going to keep, the board of directors? Are you going to keep this? Are you going to keep these executives in place and make sure that they have long-term employment? Or are you going to do this? Or are you going to do that? Those are some other things that are added value. They kind of did that with Bungie, right?
Yeah.
They paid extra money to make sure that they retained the employees and made sure that, they probably paid off some bonuses and they keep the morale up, and because they don't want to buy something and then have to come in and rebuild it. They like the operation as is. They just want to focus on that and keep cranking that money.
And you're
out.
looking at a much bigger company than
all I'm gonna say is this. When this happens, because I'm gonna speak it into existence, and when PlayStation announces that they've acquired Square and it's not 10 billion, I'm gonna need Bari and I'm gonna need J-Dub to give me my flowers on Twitter timeline. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Listen.
Yeah,
I'm so confident because I know how this works already. They gonna say, yo, Jay Bari, J-Dub, you're wrong. I don't agree. 10 billion. How dare you? How dare you say that? And then when it comes out. When it comes out and it is, you're going to see people go like, well, I always thought that because it does make sense. I already know how it goes.
If it's 10 billion, you're going to get your flowers. You already know. Y'all going to get your flowers.
Listen,
if it's 10 billion,
I just already know. Listen.
How much do y'all think they paid for Final Fantasy VII remake exclusivity? For
at least 400 million. At least 400 million.
Okay, let's call it $500 million, right? So all these exclusives that they getting, they're spending hundreds of millions of dollars when they can just buy the company and just over the period of the next decade, on top of the amount of games that they already got coming, they don't have to pay that anymore. That's because that's theirs. And so with the name like Sony behind him, with the install base that Sony has, and with the energy that's going forward and that synergy that they already have. I mean, a lot of these companies, let's face it, most people already thought Square Enix was part of Sony anyway, back in the PlayStation 1 days. So,
see, but we could have this conversation for the rest of the podcast. Like, I love conversations like this, but
we need to push on a little bit.
I can't wait to see what happens. Nonetheless,
speaking of pushing on, man, we gotta shout out to Audrey. She always does the translation when it comes to like these interviews with the developers and whatnot. So they had their near reincarnation stream, and within that stream, Yoshi P was there, and he was giving some tidbits as far as when it comes to Final Fantasy 16. Where she's saying here that the trailer is done. Certain factors caused the announcement to be delayed, but it should drop soon. The dev team spent a long time publishing and debugging the game. The game is pretty much complete. Where she said that as far as complete, she is in the final development stages. On with the translation,
it's definitely coming.
So yeah, there's a trailer coming soon, man. So how soon do we think this trailer is coming? Do you still think this is not going to be coming out this year? What is your thoughts when it comes to the recent news of Final Fantasy 16?
It'll definitely get its own state of play event. It'll definitely get its own event. Maybe at the E3 type event that they're gonna have or whatever. I don't think that Sony would save something this big for like Jeff Keighley's summer game show. I don't think that they do that. But
remember, it's a trailer. It's a trailer that they said he pretty much said that the trailer is done.
That trailer is probably going to come with a release date. Let's face it. If this game is done, like what they're saying, it's just it's gonna come with a release date, and I think that release date. And I could be wrong. I think that release date is 2022.
But you're a man of culture,
Yeah.
J-Dub.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Listen, they're really dragging out this spring event. That's like, yo, we in May, man. Like, what, like, announce the date, man. Like, I don't know what's up with all
No,
this.
he said announcement got delayed, so it was supposed to be already announced, but it got delayed due to certain events.
Probably that purchase, probably that trimming the fat what did it.
Probably, I don't know, man.
Yeah, basically, he said that he created the trailer himself. The trailer is done, but due to certain events, it got pushed back as far as wanting to deliver it in like whatever spring or early spring or what.
Yeah, I'm just like, yo, look, man. Y'all dragging this out for me. Like, I'm hyped. And I think it's more so my impatient nature, right? I'm just very impatient when it comes to this, but I really want this game. I really want to see this game. All of that, right? But I think when it comes to this, like the trailer and all that, I hope we get it this month, like because there's supposed to be an event. Like Square and them said there was going to be an event dedicated to Final Fantasy 16 with news and all this other stuff. So I'm like, all right. And they said spring. All right, we in spring, right? Don't tell me you're going to wait till June, right? Because technically speaking, spring. Yeah, June is pushing it, and it's like technically speaking, June 20th is the last day of spring. But don't have me wait till June talking about, hey, spring. Oh, technically it's still spring, guys. We made true on our word. Nah. We need something this month.
To be fair though, they could just drop a damn trailer on YouTube, right? Or they could wait for Sony's event, their big event that they're gonna have, to do it. So it'll be part of a bigger collection.
It could be Monday.
Items.
I don't think it'll be. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
When is the event for PlayStation? When?
Whenever Sony feel like it. You know, Sony on a random Thursday, Sony be like, "Yeah, we got a state of play coming up in 10 minutes."
You know what I'm saying? I personally,
the insiders told you February. The insiders told you March. They told you February. Now they talk about they told you April. Now they telling you May.
Hey, Persona. To be fair, it's me. I am an insider.
True.
Those are my rumors.
Yeah, the thing is, I personally feel like this trailer is not going to be at no state of play. They're going to have their own Square Enix trailer or whatnot.
Yes.
Maybe there's going to be, an event, talking about it, like how they did Harry Potter and whatnot later on down the line. But I think they're going to announce this trailer. Square Enix is going to have it on their YouTube channel. PlayStation going to have it on their YouTube channel. Enjoy it. Hopefully, there's a pre-order ready to go. And go from there, and then a state of play probably breaking down the game.
Herman Hulse gonna walk out on that stage right after, smile.
Hey yo, if they do that,
with
bro,
a trophy, with a platinum trophy in his hand.
Oh, you know what? This is the kicker. This is the kicker. When the trailer starts up, it says PlayStation Studios. It's just mad subtle.
Can you imagine?
Oh my god!
Can you imagine everybody going crazy?
Yo, if they do that, bro, Twitter gonna melt.
It'll be crazy.
But before we move on, the final stand. I need a stance. I don't want the 50-50 stance. I don't know. Maybe here, maybe this. I want a stance. What year? Not a date, but specifically what year do you think this game is coming out? 2022, 2023, 2024? I don't know. Somebody might think that. I don't know.
2023.
2023 Persona. What do you say, J-Dub?
2022.
2022.
Listen, it is not uncommon, right? When one thing I like about Square Enix is they do release a lot of fucking games, whether you like them or not. They do. Their output is really good. It's not uncommon for them to drop 3-4 games in a year. And so guess what? We already had the other game. What's the other Final Fantasy game that they just dropped a couple of months ago? Y'all know.
Oh, you talking about no, they didn't.
The multiplayer.
Well, no, you talking about Endwalker, right? No, Endwalker was last year.
That was last year?
That was an expansion for 14. That's what you talking about?
Okay, yeah. It was what's that fucking hold on. Oh, I'm sorry for cussing, but this game is going to drop
Stranger of Paradise.
Yeah, Stranger of Paradise. That's it. Yeah, that's it. So they dropped that. You got Forspoken. Yeah, that was pushed. That should have came out. That should have been out this month.
Babylon Fall.
Yeah, Babylon Fall, right? And then you got Final Fantasy
Triangle
16.
strategy. Like Square's been dropping IPs.
That's what I'm
left and
saying.
right.
That's a lot. They tend to drop a lot of games. So it's not out of the realm of seeing them to drop a damn Forspoken, and then 3 weeks later they drop something else. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say 2022, because they're known for dropping a lot of games, and their dates on when they drop them. Forspoken was supposed to be May the 5th.
This month.
And then
May 24th, I think.
Yeah, and their games are kind of like clunked up. Even like with Final Fantasy VII remake, and they had a couple other games or whatever around that time. That's just Square Enix, man. That's just their output. So yeah, I'm team 2022.
Yeah, I'm going with 2022 as well. I believe in Yoshi P. I believe in his words, but we're definitely going to see. It's definitely going to be interesting. You know what I mean? We're going to see who's going to brag about who's right.
Yeah.
On WUPS, but here's something that we are waiting for though. Another rumor. It's just a lot of rumors when it comes to PlayStation. So now there's a rumor saying that a God of War State of Play is not happening anytime soon. This is conveniently after, God of War, when Cory Balrog came out and said that there's no real news on the anniversary of God of War. And they're working hard and hard in the game. But yeah, there's pretty much, they're delaying. Rumor is saying that there's not going to be a State of Play. Oh yeah, Super Chat, Persona, my bad.
Yeah. So shout out to Chris Righteous, where Chris Righteous, he says Final Fantasy 16 would be the best next gen RPG. F Starfield. Shout out to him.
You already know the vibes.
There's one from hold on, let me go to it because I missed it in the thing. So there's one from Viper Reap, man. Appreciate you, Viper, so much. He says, my whole ordeal with always online is, hold on, let me see. Sorry. My whole ordeal with always online, yeah, sure, it's almost never goes down, but the possibility is there of me not having access is unacceptable. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we seen that this weekend.
Last night.
Yes, sir. We seen that the other day. Crazy.
But God of War, guys, this is coming from recent era. The rumors is coming. They just keep coming when it comes to PlayStation, man. So what you guys think? Do you guys see this is true? Do you think it's full of shit?
I think it's full of shit. That game being polished up, and it'll probably have a September-November release date.
What you saying?
Yeah,
what say you, my brother?
I don't know, man. That seems weird that, why would PlayStation do a dedicated State of Play to GT 7, to Horizon Forbidden West, to Returnal, to Ratchet, to all these other games, but not do a State of Play for arguably the biggest game that's releasing this year?
That boy preaching.
One of their most successful IPs with God of War Ragnarok. Why would they not do a dedicated State of Play? And this is why I say a lot of people really don't follow, like, people that's running with this don't really follow news, also PlayStation news. Because if you follow PlayStation's news and their track record and how they do things, you would look at something like this and laugh. Like, are you kidding me? Like, we got a dedicated Horizon Forbidden West State of Play 8 months before the game released. And they're not going to do one for God of War, especially since God of War Slate is released this year, and we're already 5 months into the year. Come on, man. Like,
Persona. It feels like Sony Santa Monica, PlayStation themselves is quiet. But the developers, they're not quiet. So, according to God of War,
breaking all the rules.
They breaking all the rules over here. Shout out to Alejandroid 1979, where he caught something, right? He said the gameplay director of God of War Ragnarok, another teaser for the game releasing in 2022. So Joe Miller, Joe Miller, he always put out the hype there for gaming, especially when it comes to PlayStation. He's saying that so God of War Ragnarok and Final Fantasy 16 both this year. A what? And then we have Jonathan Burke, which is the gameplay director, comes out and says, I could use a Final Fantasy game to play after we ship Ragnarok. I'm totally down for this. Ooh! What are your thoughts?
Yo, they breaking the rules, man.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
they
a
are
hella
really,
rule
like,
break.
they are really, really breaking the rules, bro. Like I'm really I was like, yo, bro, you guys are all over the place with this. Uh, uh, I mean, he's the gameplay director, so who knows better than him? You know what I'm saying? So if he's saying it's coming this year, I mean, obviously Sony Santa Monica and PlayStation, they're obviously have the ultimate say, so anything can change. But there's been quite a few people from that work that, and not just like regular developers. These are like people in leader directorship positions saying this stuff. So that's why I think it for me personally, it holds a little bit more weight because these are people who do make decisions. These are people who would know better than anybody. So
Yeah,
I'm confident.
yo, the thing is too that he's very specific where he says it will be cool to have a Final Fantasy game after we ship Ragnarok. So he's in the tweet it's kind of implying like, okay, Ragnarok is gonna come out, Final Fantasy probably later. I mean, it's all assumption and whatnot, but it's just funny how it was worded. But yeah, the Sony Santa Monica devs, man, they pretty much just putting out their front street like, no. We had the community manager. There was another developer, and then now we have the combat director saying, yeah, now it's 2022 for sure.
Yeah. They know that thing is ready. It's it's really down to logistics of when Jim Ryan and Herman Hulse want to drop these games based on other games that are dropping in the year. Whether they fit stuff in the
J-Dub,
schedule.
are you implying that all they're doing is debugging and bug fixes?
Absolutely.
Woo!
Absolutely.
And the game's still coming out 2022?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
J-Dub.
But I think it also right because their release rollout, they have to not only look at the current year, they got to look at the following year and when their games, because they don't want any dead space. They don't want any times where gamers, are sitting around 5, 6, 7, 8 months wondering when the next, first party game is coming out or big AAA game is coming out, right? They have Sony has a specific fan base that they have to keep with the platinum trophies, right? So they're not just finna do anything. They're not pretending to be these other services type companies. But no shade, but I'm just saying, like, this shit already there. They're saying, okay, we're gonna drop this, then. Well, let's reshuffle this because this here is looking promising for early 2023. So we don't want to overshadow that. So, I mean, it's like playing a deck of cards, man. They got to shuffle it all the time and make sure it fits and makes sense.
Sir, yes, sir, man. But like, let's see, man. Hopefully, man, because we're gonna talk PlayStation. We're gonna have a heart to heart. But Persona, the next two news, man, is aiming directly for you. So Persona, I got the crosshairs on you, right? I'm not gonna shoot Persona. You my bro, so I'm not gonna shoot. Maybe a little pellet or a little airsoft. You know what I mean? But it's no real bullets. But the crosshair,
airsoft got hurt.
Yo, it do. Trust. I know. But I know you're excited for Prince of Persia Persona.
Yeah, man.
I'm sorry, Persona. I'm sorry, man. What you want me to do? What you want me to do? It's part of the news, brother.
Do your thing.
What you want me to do, Persona? I'm sorry, man.
Do your thing, bro. Do your thing.
Hey, yo, what's going on, Persona, man? Talk to me, man.
Hey, yo, listen, man. These people at Ubisoft, they deserve to be bought out with the way they.
Whoa. Hold on, Persona. Hold on, man.
Let me chill. I'm
so the recent news here is that hello, Prince of Persia fans. They're talking to you, Persona. They're talking to you, okay? They said the development of Prince of Persia, the Sands of Time remake, will now be led by Ubisoft Montreal, the very birthplace of the epic Sands of Time trilogy. This decision is an important step, and the team, building upon the work achieved by Ubisoft Pune and Ubisoft Mumbai. Oh, so it was the off studios that was doing. Okay, gotcha. So these are like more support studios.
B
doing
team.
It. Yeah. Okay, gotcha. That's why it looked very.
That's why I look B teamish.
Will now take the time they need to regroup and the scope of the game to deliver the best experience for this remake of an all-time classic when it's ready. We want to thank all We want to thank you all for your continued support and patience throughout the development. Rest assured that we will update you on the progress in the future update. Persona, is there another delay coming?
What delay, bro? This game is not coming out no time soon, bro. Yo, this game has easily got another 2 to 3 years. I wish certain other games would have done this as well and gave them to another studio. But listen, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. I love Prince of Persia, man. Really cool series. At least Prince of Persia Sands of Time and Prince of Persia
Two
Two Thrones. Listen,
Thrones
when
is
we
the one
first
where he
saw
looks
this
like
game,
mad dark.
yeah, He's got the dark sand powers as well.
Okay,
He's like
gotcha,
it's
gotcha.
eating at his soul and all
That
that
box
stuff.
art was fire with that one.
Yeah, it was.
What I
It
remember.
was, and he's got like the chain. He's got the chain thing when he goes into dark form and all that. But when it comes to this Prince of Persia remake, this didn't look like a remake in any capacity. When we first seen this, it looked terrible. Like and I'm not trying to be like rude or mean or anything like that, but I'm being honest. I'm being critical. Like it did, like you saw rehashes of NPCs standing right next to each other. Like it was that bad, bruh. And I'm just like, bro, like, did you even try with this?
It looked like Trek
Did
to
you even
Yomi.
try with this game?
It was the B team made it.
Yeah, man. This
Yo,
is a very
the
beast
chat
team,
saying C team, but I ain't gonna disrespect the teams like that. I ain't gonna disrespect.
Nah, I ain't going to. I'm not trying to be mean, man, but it did not look like a remake, man.
It's
It just
criticism.
Did not look
It's
like
criticism.
it's criticism. It just didn't look polished. It didn't look like bro. So I'm glad that they took the time, but it's clear now that even with these two support teams or whatever, they weren't up to the task. That's why they're support teams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They tried to level up and they failed.
What year was
You gotta go back to the drawing board and do it again.
What year was this trailer shown again? The original trailer. It was like Jeff Keighley show, right? Or am I tripping?
I think it was like 2018, 2018, 2017.
God,
Let me see.
Because I know last year we spoke about how the game got delayed, and then now they're saying that they're transitioning when it comes to the lead studio, and we all know how that can delay the game further, as you transition teams and whatnot. So
so I guess it was a year ago.
No, the actual trailer.
Yeah, I'm looking for
Really?
a remake trailer. It's saying a year ago, 2021. Let me do an announcement.
Yeah, the announcement trailer that we saw. I forgot what show it was being shown, and I was like, "Yo, this is the remake."
Wow, they saying. I'm looking at stuff. It's saying a year ago.
Somebody said
no, 2 years.
2020.
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 2022 years. I see it. 2022 years. My God, man. And so I'm just like, yo, we're not going to be getting this till at least 2024.
Man, this looking like Star Wars Eclipse. Real talk.
2024 at the earliest, and even then, like give them time to make this game. Like they need to polish this up, clean this up, and really do what they do.
Yo, but Persona, moving along though, you brought this to my attention. You saying that Hangar 13 bosses leave new Mafia in development. So there's a new Mafia game being in development, but the actual boss of Hangar 13 is leaving here, according to Kotaku's report. You want to break down this report here, Persona? What's going on?
Yeah, so I'm surprised that the new I'm wondering why the boss has left. I'm pretty sure it was creative differences between 2K and Hangar. But the first three, the Mafia remake for the first game, and then the Mafia 2 remaster, I thought those were really great games. And Mafia 3, I like Mafia 3. It wasn't the best. I did like, I think his name was Clay or Clayton or something like that. I did like him as a character. And like his assassinations and all that in the game were very brutal. Like it was a very brutal game. And like I like that whole country bayou aspect of it that they were trying to go
New
for.
Orleans.
With I think it was New Bordeaux. I think the name of the town was that they had. So I'm excited. I'm a fan of the games. I beat all three. I think they're great. So I can't wait for this new Mafia, especially if it's being made for next gen consoles only. I can't wait to see what they do and how they do it.
They saying it's a prequel.
I'm very excited.
According to the report here, it's going to be an actual prequel game. Like I played Mafia 1. I didn't complete it. I didn't play Mafia 2. I foot dipped Mafia 3. I haven't really gotten to the Mafia game, so I don't really have like no real opinion here on this. But you know, probably you and J Dub, you know, what's your thoughts on, you know, they're actually gonna be doing a prequel?
I was gonna say real quick, like that's kind of crazy that they're doing a prequel because what are we gonna be in the 1910s? Like because I'm being dead ass because the first game starts in the 1930s. So I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, how much earlier are we gonna get? Are we gonna be on horseback and goddamn cowboys? Like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Like, I don't. That I don't like.
It's gonna be a year previously.
Nah. I hope they don't do that. Like, I'm good because they've already told what's his name? Yeah, they told Tommy's story or I think it was Vito or Tommy, I forget his name. They already told all that. So I'm like, a prequel to what? Like the first game did that. The second game, you know, continued that on. And the third game was the end of all that with Vito and all that. So I'm just like, a prequel to what? What is this a prequel to? And are we gonna be on horses and all that? If so, I mean, I've already played Red Dead Redemption. I'm good. like we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? Let it be something that's a bit more modern, right? Where it could be like the 90s, the 80s and the 90s. Because in the 80s and 90s, there was a lot of mob stuff still happening with Gotti and all that stuff, and especially in New York. So I don't know, man. I'm not feeling that.
Your thoughts, J Dub? Move on.
Yeah, it better be good. That's all I'm gonna say, man. It better be good. 'Cause I'm not sitting around holding my breath waiting on it. You know, if it comes and it looks pretty good, I'll get it. Other than that, sometimes it's time for them to leave well enough alone. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep, I agree.
Yep. Well, I mean, we're gonna see. You know, in the next 2 years. I don't know. I really haven't really got like an attachment to the Mafia series, but
yeah.
The remake, is it a remake or remaster? Whatever. Which one? The first one, I think they remake.
The first one is a remake. The second one they just remastered.
That looked good. That first one,
yeah,
it looks really good.
Yeah.
But yo, there's a delay that happened, Persona man, where this game, really and truly, I promise you, I'm not even capping when I say this. I did not remember this game at all. So the day before got an official delay to 2023 now. If you guys don't remember, I guess it was showcased last year, and it's a mix.
Was this that Last of Us ripoff?
Yeah, it's like a mix of Last of Us and the Division type game.
In the Division, yeah.
But yo, I don't remember. Yo, even when I watched this trailer, I don't remember the game, but it looked good. It looked straight. It looked straight.
Nah, yeah, it looked good, but they said it was supposed to release this summer, this June. And I'm not a fan of these people waiting right before the game about to release before they announce a delay for the next year. It's like, look, man, you knew this a while back what your milestone was looking like. Give us some heads up. So now people are going to move on to other things, and when your game come out, they're not going to care anymore.
They probably saw that 2022 was like, hold up, let's push this joint back.
So you're telling me, Bari, that they announced the delay the day before? I try.
I like that though. I like that. That was clever. I like that.
Yeah, I don't really have no interest in this.
Do you remember it? When was it shown? Where was it shown?
They showed this last year at I think at either Gamescom or Game Fest.
Okay,
year.
Yeah,
I remember seeing this. It looks cool. It's just, you know, if I wanted to play Last of Us, I played Last of Us. I wanted to play Division, I played Division.
It's definitely Last of Us vibes from what I'm getting here.
Yeah, it's a lot of Last of Us vibes. I mean, who knows? Maybe when it gets closer to release, I might still give it a chance. But if it's one of those free to play, like, listen, man, I'm not like we know what that stuff is, man. I'm good, bro. Free to play and ever evolving world and update this and roadmap. I'm good, man.
Games as a service that's gonna get good in 2025.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, man. If they don't got a lot of if there's no substantial content and all that there day one, I'm good. I'm not waiting, man. Just go ahead.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm with you on that. I guess there's a purpose why it got delayed. Maybe some bug fixes here and there, or the game was just not ready content wise.
I'm surprised they actually got real names stores in this game too. I see Euphoria and Stephanie Cole.
Oh yeah. I see
Michael Kors and all. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, y'all got actual name stores. How much y'all pay for that? Yeah, you see,
Well,
you got all that.
Yeah.
But you can't release the game.
Yeah.
You know the vibes already. You got a
It's
Gucci bag. Okay.
it's a small team working on it too, right?
I'm not bro.
Ah,
I
okay.
promise you, I don't even remember. I'm watching the trailer now
Yeah.
with y'all, and I don't remember seeing it. But a lot of
No,
people was like,
this was on my radar here.
"Oh yeah, that's a good point, Chris, for sure." Shout out to Chris Righteous in the chat. He's saying, "Yeah, the game got delayed because they're switching to Unreal Engine 5." So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But
But here's the thing.
you knew UE5 was dropped. Let me stop. Go ahead, boy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, listen, if you move to Unreal Engine 5, you delayed your game and move. How many more sales are you going to get by moving to Unreal Engine 5 than keep it at Unreal Engine 4?
Maybe they committed.
Get the game
They
out.
committed
about
maybe they
UE5
committed to
since 20
UE4 and then was like, you know what? Nah, let's push it and go to Unreal Engine.
Oh, we knew about UE5 since 2020. Why
But
put a
that's
date
my
on a game? Why put a date on a game that you had plans of moving from UE4 to UE5 anyway?
you're
know,
changing your engines, right? Oh, then and listen, I know I'm just playing an armchair developer. Your game is ready to launch, but because you want to move to a different engine, instead of putting your game out there, letting your game be sold and trying with the next game or over patching over time, doing something different, I just don't see them selling one more copy of this game later than they would now. I'm just be honest. It's a brand new IP. Nobody know who they are. You know.
Well, here's
throw
my
that
thing.
shit-
I'm not even that mad at that. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. You want to move to UE5? That's cool. Like, I ain't even, it is what it is. I'm more so looking at it as this releasing in 2025.
Yo, listen,
Oh,
listen.
2024, 2020.
So
Oh, it's switching down. I think if they would have never put a date on this, I'd have been like, all right, cool. Like, all right, because you're still working out the kinks or whatever, especially if the plan was to always move to UE5. And because UE5 never really had a release date until, like, I think it was this year. That's when they had it fully released to the to everybody or whatever. I wouldn't have put a date on this.
you see what
especially if
happened?
that was
You
always
see
the
what
plan.
happened right there? They was playing around with the date and the year. You know what I mean? Giving that, 2025, everybody disappointed. Then the count, 2024, 2023, 2020. Look at that, man. Stop playing around. That's why, people get upset at PlayStation and all that. PlayStation put out whenever they're ready to put it out. It's coming out.
Yeah.
They show a trailer, you get no release year or nothing. You know what I mean? When they ready to give you the year or the date, that's when they ready, man. But you played around with it and you still delayed your game, a year or whatnot. But it looks good. I definitely keep my eye on it. Shout out to people that was putting this on the radar because I really and truly didn't remember this game at all. But it looks good in my.
Yeah.
But guys, if you made it this far into the show, you already know the vibes. Go and get your trophies. You know what I mean? Shout out to Naughty Dog. Shout out to Insomniac. Shout out to PlayStation. We giving them things away. When it comes to these video games, man. So these are gold trophies, by the way. So imagine in your mind that you're getting these gold trophies. But I want to ask a quick question to y'all, man. We're in the topic segment of the show, right? I remember when next gen was coming up, a lot of people, wanted better graphics, more immersion, PC-like settings. When it comes to their next gen games, when it comes to PlayStation, they was delivering on the aspects of that's further immersing yourself in these video games. But there was a specific feature that people thought this could be a game changer, or this could be something that further immersed themselves in how the visual prowess of games could be, and that was ray tracing. But now all of a sudden, when I pan through Twitter in the Twitterverse, I see a lot of people stating now that ray tracing is overrated, especially PC guys. What is I want to ask you guys, Persona, J-Dub, is ray tracing overrated?
Listen, I'll tell you this about ray tracing. I'm sitting here with my Steam Deck in my hand. Pause. Playing a game with ray tracing. I'm playing some Control. So the first company to announce their console had full ray tracing and full RDNA and full VRS and full VRR and all this other technical stuff, right? Seem to have problems. Seems like ray tracing is missing. It seems like it don't matter anymore. And I can't understand it for the life of me, because I was told next generation was full of ray tracing, full of VRR and all this other stuff, right? And all of a sudden now, none of this stuff matters. That is very comical. It's very comical, because I was told the PS5 was RDNA 1.5. It didn't have VRR. It didn't have ray tracing. It didn't have any of that. So what is the truth? Were we lied to? Were we lied to?
I'm kind of confused, J-Dub, because when it comes to the PlayStation side of things, ray tracing is being delivered immaculately. You know what I mean? We're getting the best case of ray tracing when it comes to consoles on PlayStation 5 games. But I was confused. I was really confused this week when I saw people saying ray tracing is just overrated. You know, we don't care about ray tracing, but that was kind of the hype thing for next gen. You know what I mean? Persona, what is your thoughts, man? Oh no, guys.
I did it again.
Oh my God.
This is something that I am glad I saw the show outline, and I could not wait to speak. I am ecstatic to be able to give my thoughts here, Mr. Jay Bari.
No.
Mr. J-Dub, I've had a bone to pick with you for a very long time, sir. I've seen your troll tweets on Twitter. You understand, Mr. J-Dub? And honestly, I'm so glad to have you and Mr. Jay Bari in the same place, because I'm sick of you bashing on the little guys over at Xbox. Okay? Now, let me answer your question, Mr. Jay Bari. Okay? Ray tracing is not important.
Oh my God.
It does nothing for gaming. It does nothing for gaming. It's
That's
not
bad faith.
important.
That's a bad faith argument.
No, it's not bad faith. It does nothing for gaming. The fact that you ponies and you fanboys keep pushing ray tracing in games, it tanks the FPS. It's bad for performance. It's not next gen. It's not an important feature. Here's the thing about Microsoft and why I'm glad that they have moved on past ray tracing, because developers don't need to waste time putting all of these pretty reflections and stuff in games to make things look more next gen, because it's just about enjoying the games and playing the games.
Oh my God.
Right? The idea is to get games into Game Pass quickly. We don't need ray tracing to enjoy gaming.
What do you think is the best example of ray tracing out of the games that you played, Mr. Gaming Politician?
That's a bad faith question. So,
hey, this man don't answer no questions.
No, I'm not going to answer your questions because it's in bad faith. It's a bad faith argument.
Everything is a bad faith argument to you, Mr. Gaming Politician. You don't answer. You have so much. You have so much to say with the little amount of experience. I don't know what is going on with here. You know, this is the only question I want you to answer. How do you get out the ropes? I know Persona tied the rope. I saw the pictures. He tied you up tightly. How did you get out them ropes, brother?
He doesn't know that I have a knife in my back pocket, so I cut the ropes every time. He doesn't know.
So now you're concealing weapons.
Here's the thing, Mr. J Bar. Ray tracing does not make you a better gamer. How important is ray tracing to gaming? It's not that important. It's just about the games. Microsoft is providing us great games. We've got a lot of great things on the horizon that don't need ray tracing. So why do you ask these questions?
So ray tracing is overrated to you?
It's overrated to the gamers. Ask the gamers. They don't care about ray tracing. Ask the gamers. And Mr. J-Dub, back to you. I'm sick of your trolling on Twitter, sir. Okay? The gamers, and I am the gaming politician, and I speak for the people. Okay? And with speaking for the people, I'm trying to say that Xbox is in a very strong position right now. We've got a lot of great things on the horizon.
Where is Persona?
Hold on, Persona. I'm not done speaking. I want to speak my thoughts on I want to tell the podcast why Game Pass is important. Okay? Game Pass is important. Hold on, Persona. I'm not done. Game Pass is future. Game Pass is future.
Sorry about that.
Yo, Persona. This is every week, man.
Yeah. I know. I got to do better. I got to do better.
Don't be sorry. Be better. Be better.
Yeah, I have to be better. I can't keep apologizing to the chat, and then the chat it keeps happening every week. I have to be better
every week. This man,
have to be better,
he unties himself. He sneaks behind you or sneaks past you. And,
I had to go to the bathroom. I had to go to the restroom, man. It's like every time I go to the restroom, man, he always tries to sneak on the podcast, man. Crazy. I hope he wasn't rude to our guest or to anybody.
He was very rude to J-Dub. Very rude.
I'm sorry. On behalf of game politician, Mr. J-Dub, I do apologize. We're not like that here. Listen, man, ray tracing only does not matter to people who aren't getting it.
Oh,
you can't like straight up. Like, yo, I'm being honest, man. You can't miss or appreciate something you're not getting. It's easy to dismiss something you ain't getting. It's that simple. It's that cut and dry. You're not getting it, so you don't know what you're missing. Playing Ratchet and Clank, playing Spider-Man Miles Morales, playing Spider-Man Remastered, playing Returnal, and all these other great games who have that type of feature, and it works.
Beautiful.
It works. It's beautiful. It looks wonderful on my OLED C1. Like I love it. And I want PlayStation to continue to put it into their games. And I want other developers in the industry to follow suit and do the same thing. Because it's great when it's properly implemented. That's it.
Yeah, it just gives that visual pop, and it further immerses you in the game too, because it's now your reflections is not baked in, it's real time. So like when you're seeing this stuff, as you play the games, like it looks good, and it's just like, oh, this is just more realistic as far as how a reflection or lighting will be when it comes to light bouncing off of whatever image, or not image, but whatever object or whatnot. To me, I would never say ray tracing is overrated. Yes, you're gonna sacrifice some frames because it is graphics intensive, but I do think it does offer a next gen look and feel to games. That's just my personal opinion. So I don't want the developers not supporting the feature. Like, keep on doing it. We want to see these games be, we want to see these lighting and these reflections, being cast, in real time. Because when we saw that Unreal Engine 5 demo, everybody was amazed. Nobody was saying, "Oh, this is overrated." You know what I mean? Like, we need to knock that off.
It's just funny. It's only because a certain unmentionable company is not delivering that, so now it don't matter.
Yeah, and they marketed it first.
Yes, remember they have full RDNA2, not just regular RDNA2, but they got full RDNA2.
PlayStation was software, even though it's real.
Yeah, it was software raised. Yeah, see, people think we forgot this goofy shit. We ain't forgot.
We haven't forgot.
We ain't forgot.
Y'all listen. Y'all lucky that we don't have somebody where they can just take all those clips and just make it in one little montage.
Trust me, I got them. But I don't put them together. Every now and then I'll wait for somebody to say something goofy, and then I'll put that out there. But
you and Porter Rock, y'all the kings of like receipts, man.
Receipts,
y'all keep them things. Y'all keep them things, man. But the next topic I want to talk about, man, is
let's get this super chat real quick.
Go ahead.
Shout out to Caleb, appreciate you. He says, Mr. Gaming Politician needs to go sit in the corner with Mr. Gene Park.
Oh damn! I know Persona's going to address that soon, but
yes, sir.
I just want to ask a general question, man, for the PlayStation fans, for the people in the panel right here. Where's the PlayStation news? Do you think PlayStation actually needs to respond with like a summer event? Like, seriously, some people will say, "Oh, PlayStation, they don't need to do that. They're already good." There might be people in that mindset, but when it comes to we're getting a lot of great games and all that stuff, but do you think the news is kind of lacking when it comes to the PlayStation side? I want a truthful opinion. Or am I tripping?
I'm gonna be like this, man. I think we kind of, as gamers, a lot of times we get caught up in always wanting to hear something. For example, If Microsoft says something, then everybody on PlayStation gonna say, "Well, Sony, you gotta respond. You gotta do this. You gotta do that." But I'm like, and I'll just be honest, it's just my opinion. Sony is responding by actually dropping games. They're giving you games that you should be playing where you don't have time to sit around and ask Sony, where is their events and news and stuff for the future when it's like, wait, we just dropped like 3 or 4 games. Why aren't you playing those? Right. And then we'll get, you can't forever, right? And I think there's an infatuation with a segment of the gaming community where there's this untethered, and I think it's basically unhealthy, but appetite for just consistent news of everything. Because here's the thing, the moment Sony shows you their roadmap, they show you everything. Now, the next following week, they're going to say, okay, Sony, what's next? What's 3 years? That like, it's like, wait, the game's got to come out. We're sitting here waiting for God of War. We're waiting for Forspoken. We're waiting for Final Fantasy 16. And we just got MLB. We just got all these other games, right? Your Horizons and SIFUs and all kind of stuff, updates to those. So there's no lack of games that's coming out on top of the third party. Why am I sitting around worrying about what's coming next year and the year after and the year after? They showed you the Wolverine. They showed you the Spider-Man 2. They showed you VR 2 coming. So it's like, is that my biggest worry about what's coming at 2024 and 2025 and 2026? Or maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so this is just my interpretation. But I do feel like if one person does something, then instantly Sony gamers got to say, well, Sony, you got to respond. You got to do this. When have the leader in anything has ever responded to the loser? You're winning. You're too busy looking forward, winning, and trying to stay in first place. Why are you looking back and trying to do what somebody else is doing? I don't understand that. But that's just me. I don't. Maybe I have a different take.
So I think when it comes to PlayStation, I do agree with J Dub on some of his points. He a lot of the people who are asking, where's the news? Where's this? Where's that? PlayStation quiet or whatever. A lot of these people aren't gamers. A lot of these people aren't gaming, I should say. I won't say they're not gamers. They're not gaming, right? When you look at their, what games are you playing? What PlayStation games have you finished? They'll tell you, oh, I'm not a racer, so I don't like GT. Oh, I don't like sports, so I don't like MLB. Oh, I think Horizon is boring, even though, you ain't even get past, chain scrape. It's just like, you're not playing. Then even with some of the third parties, like, Trek to Yomi, SIFU, Kana, like Strangers of Paradise and all this other stuff. Like, you're not, Elden Ring. You're not. Are you playing any of this stuff? Have you completed any of this stuff? Like, what stuff have you completed? Let's see that. But in terms of PlayStation being a little too quiet, I do think PlayStation. It's weird, man, because with PlayStation, they have these really weird periods where they don't really say nothing. Like, where it's just like they'll like release these weird, not weird, but they'll release like certain things about like these smaller games, and they're always posting about their tournaments with the shooters and the fighting games and all that stuff. But then it's like, when it comes to like news, they won't say anything like for weeks and months. Like we're going like 2 months now without PlayStation, saying anything or giving any type of substantial information outside of the PS Plus stuff about anything gaming. Like, no events, no next state of play, no nothing. So I think, I do think PlayStation is a bit too quiet. And, I for me, it's more so excitement, right? I want to see what's next. But my whole thing is I'm not even looking at like next year. I want to see the shit. I want to see Final Fantasy 16 and God of War, like what I want to see now. That's the news I'm really looking for and expecting. Next year and a year after and all that, like fine. I do think they do need to have a showcase this summer. I'm gonna steal one of Bari's lines. I know Bari gonna kill me for this later. I don't want PlayStation to be the only one that's not showing anything substantial at these Summer Game Fest or like these throughout the summer. I do want them to show something. I do want them to have a showcase and really show out. But my main focus is God of War Ragnarok, Final Fantasy 16, and Valkyrie Elysium and Diofield, and Where the hell is Grand Blue Fantasy Relink? Where's all this at? That's the stuff I'm looking for and waiting for and can't wait to get my hands on. Where's Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge? Cowabunga bundle and all. Where's all that? That's what I want to see.
Yeah, like I agree 100%. Like both of you guys made really good points. I just feel like, yeah, I'm very satisfied with what PlayStation has been delivering since the PlayStation 5. Very satisfied as a gamer. But there's other things that we're anticipating that, I want that news to consistently flow. I know it's not as easy as I'm making it seem. That stuff does take money to market and all that stuff. But yeah, you can have another state of play, issuing the same things that Persona's spoken about, or like in my personal opinion, I know the developers are hard at work, but not having like an announcement or like a trailer for like God of War Anniversary was kind of a letdown.
That was an L.
No,
that was no. That was no kinda. That was an L, bruh. That was an L. Like straight up, man. I love Sony Santa Monica, Corey Barlog Place. I love the whole team. That was a huge missed opportunity. Just like last year at Last of Us Day, there was no news on factions. Just like, bro, what, why have these moments if you're not going to capitalize? In my opinion, again, they run the company, they do what they do, but I'm just like, those are huge missed opportunities.
Yeah, because I mean, there's such a big company that regardless, any day they can announce these stuff and they will get some success from it. But it's just like certain key moments that I would like you to be a part of. Like I always been saying that. When it comes to summertime and E3 time, that PlayStation should be showcasing their stuff there as well. Don't have the media just talk about, Xbox and Nintendo and other companies, and then you're not being there, as well in that mind share of, people watching these gaming events. Like Summer Game Show, yeah, you need to. I will want PlayStation to have stuff there as well. You know what I mean? Be a part of the celebration of. That's gaming. But we'll definitely see what's going on. Hopefully, we get some news very, very soon. When it comes to some of these big games that is coming, or even the small ones too. Like I want to see a breakdown of Valkyrie Elysium. You know what I mean? Are they did tease a little bit of like some of the same gameplay mechanics that you had like in the original game, like recruiting people and all that stuff, like in Valkyrie Profile. But yeah, I want to see that in motion. I want to see that in gameplay aspects as well. You know what I mean? So that's just my thoughts, man.
Let me get you super chats real quick. Yo, shout out to Viper. He says, I'm getting what I want. I'm good. I hear you. And then shout out to Muck 45. He says, before y'all leave J-Dub, respectfully, let's talk about we're not gonna talk about that here, bro. That's not the show for that.
What he said?
But he said, respectfully, let's talk about Xbox servers being down, like how they were talking about GT7 DRM waiting on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
I'm on it. I'm on it on Twitter. I'm on it.
You got to tune into a When Persona Speaks or Speak from the Heart, which is coming soon. Don't worry, Mo. We gonna deliver.
But not on the PlayStation.
Yeah, we keep it PlayStation centric here on this one. Even though we mention Xbox here and there, but we try to keep it in line with what's going on throughout the week of PlayStation.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the show. Pretty long one, but it was a proper send off for my man J-Dub City, aka Kratos, and we appreciate it. So before we do the outros, y'all know the vibes. WUPS Nation, post them platinum trophies in the chat. You know what I mean? There's your platinum trophy for everyone that has watched the show and hit the like button or commented in the comment section, man. We appreciate your support, guys, and checking us out, even though we had like some technical difficulties earlier. You guys still came back and came on through, man. So thank you once again. Just because you loaded up the PS4 version of the show, here's another platinum trophy. You already earned that on the PS5, man. But yo, J-Dub, hit us with your outro to send off of my man J-Dub.
Yes, sir. It's been great, everybody. As usual, you know what I'm saying? You come in with the greats and you finish it off with the greats, man. And it's been a great send-off. Kicking it here with What's Up PlayStation, the premier, the only PlayStation channel that gives it to you how you should have it.
Oh, J-Dub, man.
Thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me on. It's been great. Everybody else, man. Hey, I will see you when I see you. I'm always on Twitter. I'm about to retire. Go sit on my yacht, play with my Steam Deck and my PlayStation 5, play my bangers, and chill out as I should.
Oh, you gonna play? You gonna play on that PlayStation Vita 2 as well when it comes out?
Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to make sure. You know what I mean? Just wanted to make sure.
Absolutely. I'm on it.
But nah, J-Dub, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Always been, like I said, always been a great guy in the community, man. A lot of people don't know. I mean, a lot of people do know, but if you don't know, this guy is just always very, very impactful within the community. Always very helpful in the community as well. And like I said, I have nothing bad to say about J-Dub. This is the first day I met him. He was always cool. You know what I mean? Just showcasing his love for PlayStation, just gaming in general, not just PlayStation, but gaming in general, man. But your voice is definitely gonna be missed, my brother, man. It's very unique, and hopefully one day, in 2 years, 3 years, we'll get you back on or whatnot, just to see what you're up to.
Appreciate you, man. Facts, definitely, man. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Yo, Persona, keeping it so NY. Yo, hit us with your outro, my brother.
Yeah, man. Listen, first off, shout out to you, J-Dub, man. Really appreciate you. Appreciate the support and everything you've done for the community over the years, man. And, we glad that you made our podcast your final stop before you retire, man. It really means a lot. And I'm glad I was able to meet you, too, at PSX, man. It was a great thing. So, like I say, I met you in real life. So we know each other in real life, So
Facts.
it's always a good thing. And for me, guys, shout out to the chat as well. Shout out to everybody that came through. WUPS Nation pulled up, man. Shout out to the WUPS Nation, the members. Shout out to the subscribers. Shout out to the lurkers. Shout out to the new people that decided to subscribe and whatnot. We appreciate all of you guys coming through and rocking out with us on this Saturday morning, episode of WUPS. Even through the technical difficulties, man, everybody came back. They said, I got to get this WUPS goodness. I can't start my day without this WUPS. You get what I mean? So shout out to y'all. And for me, man, I'm Persona, Gaming with Persona. And when Persona speaks this week, oh, yeah, we going to talk. We going to talk. Oh, we going to talk. And then I should have Trek and Yomi beat. Like, I'm about to be playing it like the rest of today, so I should have it beat by tonight, and then I'll give my thoughts and whatnot this week as well on Trek the Yomi. And that's it, man. That's it for me, man. I just appreciate y'all. I hope PlayStation give us some news this week, man.
Yes, sir.
I think it's gonna be tough.
Listen, Persona.
It's gonna be tough to scrape up some news for next week's show.
Listen, Persona. the wonderful people over at PlayStation, they listen to WUPS. They know the vibes.
Yes, they do.
You know what I mean? When WUPS asks for it, they're gonna deliver.
Next week's show we might have to juggle DualSense controllers to keep the crowd entertained.
Yo, facts. Yo, guys, but let me hit you guys with the outro. Appreciate everybody coming through once again. J-Dub, thank you for coming through. Next week we're gonna have King Thrash in the building, man. So make sure you get your XP up, because Thrash, he gonna call out them low XP dudes out there. So yeah, we're gonna have Thrash come on next week. It's been a long time. Having it's been too long to get J-Dub and Thrash on the show, but finally we was able to lock them in. On WUPS. But also, guys, Speak from the Heart is fully coming back this week. So around Thursday, we're going to be doing a Speak from the Heart, man. Just talking about a whole bunch of collective news and back and forths and whatnot with Speak from the Heart. But also, not only will Speak from the Heart be coming back this week, from comics to movies is also coming back this week. This Wednesday, we're going to be reviewing Doctor Strange, the latest Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness. And we're going to be doing a spoiler cast as well, man. So some of the original crew that was apart from, from comics to movies will be returning as well. And if you guys are interested, just let me know. Just be respectful when everybody speak and all that stuff. But just let me know, we'll chop it up and get something rolling. But what's up?
What mouth?
What mouth?
What mouth? Yeah.
Oh, yo, you just Yo, bro, yo, you had me for a loop for like, what mouth? Well, oh, then it hit me. Like, I know what you're talking about. But yeah, guys, episode 82, man. Yo, 82 episodes is in the books. We appreciate all you guys, all the new members, everybody that super chat, everybody that hit the like button. We appreciate it. And big shout out once again to my man Viper Reap, doing the timestamps and all that stuff. Thank you once again, man. But we're gonna get up out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday. With all things, well, all good things must come an end. And yeah, this is the end of episode 82. See you guys next week, same time, same place, same crew. And Persona's gonna hit you guys with the famous.
And remember, WUPS Up PlayStation Podcast, a podcast for the community, by the community.